What's going on, lady boy?
Not much. What's up with you, Tommy boy?
Man, here filming episode 35 of the podcast.
35. Let me think for a moment. Who wears 5? I'm gonna keep the trend up.
For as long as we
I
can.
don't. Who wears number? I swear I have like memories of one. Kevin Durant. That's what I was gonna say. Kevin
There we
Durant.
go. Shout out
Shout
KD.
out Kevin Durant. Wore 35 for I think the Thunder, the Warriors, and now the Suns. For a brief moment, wore number 7 with the Nets. Digital sports history today. Shout out Kevin Durant for wearing number 35.
Cool.
I'm gonna try
Alright.
to switch off the basketball ones. Hopefully in the next episode, because I don't think any basketball players wear 36.
Alright. So, I had something I was planning to show off today, but here's the thing. I ordered it off Amazon, right? And I forgot that I
Right.
still had a gift card from Christmas on my Amazon account. And for some reason, when it went to charge me, it charged the gift card, which did not have enough money on it. So the payment did not go through, so the thing never sent. So I checked it today, because I was expecting it to be delivered today. It said payment revision needed. Fuck's sake. So, alright, so I actually paid for it this time, and now it'll be here in 2 days, so I'll probably show it off on the next one.
You're blue balling the audience, Tommy boy.
Yeah. But, I did get a bunch of raw filters today. I got like 1,000 of them in here, because I smoke a lot of joints.
Alright.
I did get something cool
And
today, though. Actually, two things. So I
ooh,
mentioned, actually, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I sort of got a truck for free because of the new house. And the old owner of the house, he cleaned everything out of the truck that he owned, or so I thought,
mhm.
until I went digging around in there, and I found a Lady Antebellum album. All right,
Ooh,
it's got the disc in there. Pretty
ooh,
cool.
before the name change.
And the name change? I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, they're just Lady A now, because
Okay.
apparently Antebellum is racist.
Oh. Well, I also found a pair of sunglasses. Not just any sunglasses, though. Let's see if I can pick up that logo there. Ray-Bans.
Ray-Bans?
I found a $180
Wow.
pair of Ray-Bans in there. And
I need to.
do these remind you of anyone? Just looking at them?
Heisenberg?
Let me put them on and maybe you'll see who I'm talking about.
White Shroot, maybe.
Well, Jeffrey Dahmer?
Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah.
I put them on, I looked in the mirror, and I went, look, I'm about to kill some gay people. Yeah. No, these are
Oh
sick,
man,
though. I love these.
I love him. That needs to be like a set piece, like just behind you at all
Just like
times.
right there.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Like, where could I put these? Good enough. Nah.
So
I'm
I
gonna
want to
wear
say I
these to
have
work,
something
though.
lined up.
I do
I've got
too.
something lined up to kick off the
You know what? I'm gonna
episode.
wear these the whole time. I'm gonna just look at me like
All
Jeffrey
right.
Dahmer.
So do we have the same thing lined up, Tommy boy?
Well, I told you I did the thing, so if you did the same thing, then yeah.
You want me to lead us off?
Yeah, we'll do yours first.
All right. Well, here's one of the greatest trends on the show
Yeah.
from made from the Alistair backstage at Sony Pictures Studios.
This
This
is
is Unqualified Jeopardy.
Oh
Here
man.
is today's contestant, the returning champion, who's whatever day, I think it's now 5 day, because this is day 6, your 5 day cash winnings totals. You owe us money. You're in debt. It's a joke. But
Yeah.
yeah. So for the Jeopardy round today, we have 2000s pop stars, NBA nicknames, wrestlers, real or fake part 2, elements, and Breaking Bad quotes. So basically, it's just going to be a fill in the blank. I give you part of a quote, you give me the word or words that are missing.
I love how we're taking the Orange Cassidy approach to introducing ourselves. Now we're like, our whatever day total is however many points. You know, the from
By the way, I just
wherever,
want to
wing,
mention,
whatever.
yeah, yeah, real quick. We'll get into it later, but the AEW pay-per-view, we got to mention that.
We have to talk about that, yeah.
We have to. Anyway, where are we starting off, Tommy boy?
Let's hit elements for 1,000.
Elements for 1,000. SG.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I've learned my lesson from last time because we did elements earlier, and you got
Yeah.
them clean sweep. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel for most of these.
These are off the periodic table, right? Like, you're
No,
not
these
gonna...
are these are on. These are on the periodic table.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, like, you don't got anything like
Yeah,
Californium on here.
these are all ripped directly from a periodic
Alright.
table online.
What the fuck would SG stand for? I don't think
Good
it's...
question,
I
Tommy
don't think
boy.
it's silicon. I'm pretty sure that's SC.
What is it?
Fuck,
What is
man.
SG?
Shit, I don't know. I'm gonna just take the hit. 1,000 points off the bat. That sucks, but whatever.
Seaborgium.
What the fuck? I've never heard of that.
Neither had I until today, but it's on the periodic table.
Okay.
So you're in a hole immediately.
Yo, give me elements for 2. I'm gonna get some points back.
For two. BA.
Baranium. Oh,
Barium, but I'll give it to you. Wait, is Baranium a thing or is it?
I think it is. I think Baranium's a different element.
Oh, are you thinking of beryllium?
Yeah, I was thinking of
Beryllium?
beryllium. Yeah. Anyways.
Oh, I was gonna say if I never heard of whatever.
Yeah. Fuck, man, I suck with elements. Breaking Bad quotes for 200.
Okay, my name is Walter Blank
Hartwell
White.
White. I live at 308 Negro Royal Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
This is a
Breaking
message
Bad for
to my
4.
family. Breaking Bad for 4. I am the one blank blank.
I am the one who knocks.
Yeah.
One of the best lines. 2,000 pop stars for 800.
1,000 pop stars for 800. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Somehow, I don't get this ref. Wait.
Peace up. A-Town, down.
Okay, that just threw my guess out of whack. Somehow this is reminding me of something, but I can't think of it.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm gonna take the hit. I don't know. I know I'm gonna know it as soon as you say it. Oh
Usher.
my god, fuck. Damn it, it was Usher.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking Usher, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what?
Where are you going now?
God, I was thinking in my head, if you delivered that better, I would've got it.
Yeah, that's on my end. I was trying to this is yeah. It doesn't really look like lyrics.
Yeah.
I had to do my best.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure only one more of these are lyrics. So I'm gonna do my very best for that.
Alright, we'll do pop stars for 400.
Pop stars for 400. This singer who shares a name with a color has classic hits such as "So What," "Try," and "Please Don't Leave Me."
That would be Pink.
DB Pink.
So what? I'm still a rock
I'm still a rock
star.
star. I got my rock move, and I don't need you tonight. Guess what? Yeah,
I love that
Pink
song.
made some bangers, and then Pink made some bangers and just dipped off the face of the earth forever.
She still makes songs from time to time. She features and stuff.
All right. So where are you gonna go next to try to dig yourself out of the hole?
Breaking Bad quotes for 1,000. We'll even this out.
1,000. Got some big blank way off that way.
Oh no.
I can tell you this is from the first season, I do believe.
Cowhouse.
It is indeed Cowhouse.
Yeah.
Some big cowhouse way off that way.
I was.
You know where the cows live.
I was saying that in my head in every character's voice until I got to Pinkman, and then I was like, yeah, Cowhouse over there.
Yeah, where the Cows live.
Yeah. Cow house? Yeah, you know, where the cows live.
All right, you're back to zero. You're out of the hole for now.
It's like being in debt. You gotta make money to be broke. We'll hit Breaking Bad for 8.
Breaking Bad for 8. No more half blank.
Measures. That's when he's talking about stabbing the
There you go.
prisoners.
Right.
Wrestlers, real or fake, for 400.
For 400, okay. Shark Boy.
I'm pretty sure that's real.
That is indeed real. That is from the early to mid 2000s TNA.
Yeah.
It's a fat dude for the shark.
Yeah. We'll do elements for 4. We'll lose some points.
FR.
Freon.
Francium. Did you say Freon?
Wait. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Anyways.
Where to now?
uh, Elements for 800.
Elements for 8. PB.
Lead. You had that on the last one. Also, I knew that already.
All right.
Fucking elements for 6.
To finish off element W.
What the fuck starts with a W? It does. Trying to think at. Elements start with a W.
Well, lead doesn't start with a PB. Doesn't have a P or a B.
That's true. That's true. Why the fuck is it called PB?
Why is gold AU?
I don't know. They probably had other names at some time that it's historically corresponded to. Fuck, I don't know. Boron? I don't know. I'm not gonna get points. Tungsten.
Tungsten.
What the hell?
Tungsten. If you had asked for a hint, I was gonna. If you had asked for a hint, I would have said something about it. It's very dense.
Okay, that probably would have gave it away. Look at you know what? We'll get those 600 back. Breaking Bad for 600.
All right. Happy birthday.
God. Fuck you, Skyler. Mr. President.
Yeah. Had to do it. You know how much we talk about how we hate that scene.
Yeah. That's like another running joke on the show, just how bad that scene is.
It's how bad Skylar White is.
Yeah.
Yo. So you're having one of the performances of all time.
Yeah. Pretty bad by my standards, especially.
Where do we want to go now?
Let's say NBA.
He said, what now? He kind of cut out. Tommy Boy?
Hello?
Oh, you're back.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, you said we're going to go where now?
NBA. Yeah, NBA for 1,000.
For 1,000, okay. Babyface Assassin.
I feel like that'd be in wrestling, but that could be real. I'm gonna say real.
It's not real or fake. It's you said NBA.
Shit.
Which NBA player has this
Steph
nickname?
Curry.
I'll let you answer again. You know that?
Yeah.
And I made that the 1,000-point clue. Gosh.
I didn't realize I had to guess the fight.
It's just where do you want to go now?
Pop stars for 200.
Pop stars for 2. I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah. Your mother boys don't know how to act. Yeah.
That would be Mr. Just in the Lake of Wood, Mr. Timberlake himself.
I got you.
You're good enough. Let's say wrestlers for 600.
Wrestlers real fake for 6. Lammy Davis Jr.
Well, I know Sammy Davis Jr. is a person. So I'm gonna say fake.
Right. That was a good one too. All right.
Let's say pop stars for 1,000, man. I'll probably get some.
Pop stars for 1,000. Blowing up the early to mid 2000s, she had hits like Umbrella, Diamonds, and Stay.
That would be the one and only Rihanna.
2 of those are from the 2010s. Just ignore that.
Yeah.
Um,
NBA for 200.
NBA for 200. King James. Softball here.
I wonder, would that be Bronny Jr.? No, it's LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're saying. I had to throw softball there.
Yeah. Shit, wrestlers for 1,000.
This was for 1,000. Damian Demento.
That just sounds too real. I don't think you would have made that up.
How to go obscure with that one? All right, where now?
Let's finish off Pop Stars, 600.
Finish off pop stars. This pop star had a top 3 peak for any woman ever, as we've mentioned on the show many, countless times before.
Pop Star had a top 3 peak for any woman ever.
Yeah, looks wise.
Oh, man. Did Jessica help him make music? I don't even know what she did. I just know she's hot.
I believe Jessica Alba is purely an actress, if I had to guess.
Okay. I already had Rihanna. Like, if we didn't have Rihanna, I would genuinely say Rihanna right now. But I know you didn't put her twice.
I did not. Who have we talked about being like a top 3 woman's looks-wise attractiveness peak ever?
You mentioned Dua Lipa quite a bit.
But Dua Lipa wasn't 2000s.
Oh,
This
that's
is
true.
something we've
That's
agreed
true.
on. This is something we've
I
agreed on.
know. Britney Spears. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. I was trying to sway you towards it because if you got that, you and I would have both been upset.
Yeah.
If you hadn't got that. Right, where are we chipping at next?
Wrestlers for 2.
Wrestlers for 2. Firebreaker Chip.
That's gotta be fake.
Yeah, it is. It's fake.
And we'll finish off wrestlers because I'll probably get some points here.
Jimmy Flatline.
That sounds like something you would put in the FWC doc. I'm gonna say fake.
Yeah. And you got me. You ran that one perfectly. Where we which amount you want first?
8.
8 is Aranis.
Jordan? I don't know. That dude jumps a lot.
It's Michael Jordan.
Okay. 600.
Diesel.
Fuck, I don't know. I'll take the hit. I'll save my skips.
Okay. Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, damn it. Alright. That's his
Superman
DJ
and the
name,
Big Air
Diesel.
Black Mamba.
Oh, Kobe.
What does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Love that video.
Okay, so you're going into round 2 with 7,800 points.
Yeah, not bad.
All right. And now, welcome to Double Jeopardy. Brock Lesnar. Restaurants by menu combo, I should say. Not I-team. That's supposed to be item, but
Okay.
combo. So, restaurants by their number 1 combo. How I stretched a 15-minute story into 9 years. Amendments to the Constitution. And Landy Boy's favorite artist, part 2.
Okay, we got at least 3 things I'm gonna know nothing about because I don't eat out. I haven't watched How I Met Your Mother in 10 years, and I really don't know that much about music you like, except for Dua Lipa, which I still don't know that much about. Brock Lesnar for 400.
Brock Lesnar for 400. This man used to be Brock Lesnar's manager.
Paul Heyman.
It is. Hold on, I need to. Wait, 7,800 supposed to go down there. Oops. You know, you're going to be Tommy. Yeah, Tommy Boy, one word. 78. Almighty. 7,800.
I'm at
Add 4. Yeah, there we go. Where are we taking it now?
Restaurant I-team number 1 for 400.
Yeah. Okay, 400. The Big Mac.
Oh, I wonder. Taco Bell, not McDonald's.
Obviously. Again, a couple of softballs for 400 points.
Amendments for 400.
Amendments for 4. This amendment freed the slaves.
13th. It's a damn shame. How your mother came into contact with me for 800.
This famous man who is gay in real life plays a womanizing Barney Stinson.
That would be Mr. Neil Patrick Harris.
Would indeed be Neil Patrick Harris.
I hit Brock Lesnar for 800. Like he hit Austin Theory with an F5. 800 inches off the
Brock
floor.
Lesnar has this many children.
Oh man, we looked this up once. It was more than I thought it was. We might have had this question on a Jeopardy before, and I think I got it wrong.
You might. We might.
Uh, I want to say 3 or 4, but I feel like it's really 6 or 7. Let me say 6.
According to his Wikipedia, Brock Lesnar has 4 children.
Damn it. Yeah. The only one I actually know about is his daughter that also does like NCAA wrestling and looks exactly like him, but with tits.
Yeah. If you put like breast implants and a ginger wig on Brock Lesnar, you'd get his daughter.
Yeah. It's a restaurants for 8.
Restaurants for 8. The Whopper.
Could be Taco Bell again, but I'm gonna say Burger King. Sorry, Kerber
Burger
Bing,
King.
as I always call them.
Kurgerbing. All right, what next?
How I Stretched Your Mother for 15 minutes for 400.
400. The show takes place in this city.
Fuck, I actually don't know that, but I'm gonna guess Philadelphia.
New York City.
Okay. Let's hit amendments for 8.
Amendments for 8. The 26th Amendment changed the voting age from 18 to this age. I mean, to 18 from this age.
21.
Yeah, it's indeed 21.
Yeah.
Can you do some for me?
Anyways, this is Landy Boy's favorite artist for 2 racks.
For 2 racks. This is an acid funk jazz band from England who had a song featured during Napoleon Dynamite's dance scene.
Bro.
This is the most obscure it gets. I'm sorry, I had to put it at 2,000.
I had no chance to get
down. Just dance, woo! I'm going through, just dance.
I'm just trying to think English acid jazz funk bands, which
yeah. Oh
I'm
man, really,
most
really.
of them from the 70s.
Yeah, I mean, this is from the late 90s to today. I'd say like their popularity. They've been popular since probably late 90s, early 2000s. Mainly in Europe, but you know, I like them.
Fuck, I really don't know that many English bands. That's the thing.
Virtual insanity now always seem to be governed by this love we have for useless.
I don't want to lose 2,000 points.
All right, ready to skip on Jamiroquai.
Oh. Dude, I've mentioned them on the show before.
I love Jamiroquai. Jamiroquai, I love you. Where are we going now?
Your favorite artist for 400.
My favorite artist for 400. The best description for this band, who has been around since the early 90s, would be Virgin Rock or Virgin Core, but I still love them so very much.
Lonely Island?
Weezer.
Oh, okay. That makes
sense.
Weezer's
like the generic band that people say virgins listen to.
There's nothing wrong with Weezer, though. I like them.
I love Weezer. I love Weezer.
Like,
I look just like
the green sweater shirt thing.
If you want to destroy my sweater.
Yeah, I love that song. Or, what was that one that was
on an island in the sun. We'll be playing and having fun.
What's the one about the dad and the bottle of Stevens?
Oh, this bottle of Stevens awakens ancient feelings.
Like father, stepfather. Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah, it's such a good song.
All right, man. Amendments for 12.
Amendment for 12. The First Amendment names guarantees 5 freedoms. Name 3 of them.
Oh God. Well, free speech.
Okay.
Self-expression, I believe, is one of them. right? Or something like that. Like, to, yes, I don't know, something about expression, I think. Uh, fuck. It's got a lot of them. Everyone just remembers it as the freedom of speech. It's, I think I got two. I'm gonna say third one's, is it like right to like free press or something? Like you print something out, say it when you want.
Those are the three you're gonna lock in.
Sure.
You went 66%. You had speech and press. You also could have said petition, assembly, or religion.
Okay, I thought petition and assembly were covered later in whichever one's the freedom to peaceful protest. That's why I didn't guess those.
I mean,
I should have got religion though. That one.
1,200. What's 2/3 of 1,200? That'd be 900, right?
2/3 of.
No.
No, that'd be
2/3
800.
of 100. Oh yeah, 800. I was thinking thirds. Okay, 800. I'll go ahead and give you 800 points, Tommy Boy. Do you think that's fair?
That's way more than fair. You don't have to give me any.
Do you think I should subtract?
I'll leave it up to you.
I will give you 200 points.
Okay.
You had 9,800. You have 10,000.
Cool.
To make sure that was right.
Yeah, I thought
I will give you 200 points. I'll give you 100 for each you got correct.
All right.
Next, because this is my show, I can do whatever I want. This is my Jeopardy.
Well,
I'm Alex.
Let's go with how your mother stretched me out for 9 years for 1,200.
1,200. Tracy, the mother, plays this instrument in the wedding band. Obviously, at the wedding of Barney and Robin.
I don't know, the ukulele.
The bass, but she also does play ukulele on her balcony.
No
so
way.
just because I can, I'm not kidding. So there's a scene where like a night or two before Ted meets mother, he's sitting out on his balcony at the resort, whatever, where they're getting married, where Barney and Robin are getting married. And the next door over on her balcony, the mother strumming away on the ukulele. So,
wow.
This was getting 600 points, Tommy Boy.
Okay.
Again, this is my show. I can do whatever I want.
Hell yeah. That's it.
She plays bass, but she actually does play ukulele in a scene.
That's a crazy guess on my part.
I don't know how you pulled that.
Let's hit Brock for 1,200.
You want to hit Brock Lesnar?
No, because he would hit me back really hard.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar played in the NFL for this team.
I didn't know he played in the NFL. Vikings.
He didn't. He played for the Vikings.
I just said that because he looked like a Viking.
Okay.
That's probably the reason they hired him too.
We got some pretty good options here. Where we're going?
I'm 2 for 3 on Brock. I'm gonna hit him for 16.
Brock Lesnar has won the WWE Championship this many times.
3.
7.
Damn.
He's also a 3-time Universal Champion, which that title now kind of combined, but oh well.
Menu I teams for 12.
Menu items for 12. The 2-piece fried chicken meal is combo number 1 at which restaurant?
KFC.
It'd be KFC.
Kentucky Fried Cock. Let's hit the number 1 I team for 16.
Quarter pound bacon cheese grill burger.
I never heard it referred to as a grill burger, but like every restaurant has a version of this.
Which restaurant refers to it as the grill burger?
Well, I ain't never been to an A&W, but I've been to like all the other fast foods around here. So I'm gonna guess A&W because I don't know that one.
It's the Dairy Queen.
Okay, also, you know what? I never got a burger from Dairy Queen.
I love Dairy Queen. I love Dairy Queen so much.
Well, let's finish off the I team for 2 racks here.
Okay, Dave's single / double / triple. I didn't do
You
Wendy's.
could just said Dave. I didn't know that was Wendy.
All right, what's next?
Let's give Brock that old 2000 finisher.
All right, Brock Lesnar went to this college where he was an amateur wrestler.
You know, it's crazy because I've seen a picture of Brock Lesnar in the cap and gown. I don't know what college it was, though. I'm going to use the skip. I think.
You just skip on. You
Is
have,
that
I
number
think
2 or number 3
this is the. What do you mean number 2 or number 3?
for skips?
I think this is number 2.
Okay.
Because I think you skipped the other 2000. That's
Yeah.
for Jamiroquai.
Okay.
But if you're using your skip, it is the University of Minnesota.
You know, I could have guessed that based on the fact he played for the Vikings, but you know what? I'm a little retarded.
All right.
Let's
What
hit
turn? Where to now?
your favorite artist for 16.
Okay. This band is all part Armenian and blew up in the 2000s with songs like Chop Suey and Toxicity.
Wake up. Grandpa should put a little makeup. It'd be System
Wake
of a
up.
Down.
It would indeed be System of a Down.
Go ahead, create another fable.
Wanted to.
Yeah. Landy Boy's favorite for 1200.
1200. In one episode of the show, Tommy Boy thought this rock band was from New Zealand. They're actually all American.
Is it the Offspring?
The Offspring.
I swear they're from New Zealand, dog.
Oh no, they're American. They're from California.
Yeah.
Not sure.
I guess we'll finish off with favorite artist. And before
Okay.
I even look at the question or read the question, is it Dua Lipa?
It's not Dua Lipa.
Okay, damn it.
This is probably the one white man who could get away with saying the N-word.
There's a lot of them out there. It could be like Chet Hanks, it could be Stitches, it could be...
But I'm saying, like, this is an artist who is the one white man who, if he said the N-word, everybody in America would just be like, yeah, he can say it. It's indeed Marshall Mathers.
Marshall and Word
Hey.
Mathers.
Four clues left.
Clues?
All right, where are you going now?
Amendment for 16.
Amendment for 16. This amendment gave women the right to vote.
I believe that's the 19th, and we should get rid of it.
It's the 19th. You're setting really high score now for being, way under the 0 on the first round.
Yeah. We'll finish off amendments.
Finish off amendments. This amendment limits the president to 2 terms.
Ooh. I feel like that... I don't think that would have been in the original ones, but I feel like that would have been kind of soon. Let's see. Women's right to vote was... That was in like the early 1900s. That was like 1912 or something. It would have been before that.
1920.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna say... Actually, it could have been one of the originals. I'm gonna say the 12th.
The 22nd.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Yeah, it was the 22nd, because you got to keep in mind, FDR was in his 4th term when he died.
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, that's...
Yeah. FDR got elected 4 times and died during his 4th term because he did this terrible health. All right, you got 2 clues left. Which one do you want first?
You keep saying clues. I'm pretty sure these are questions.
If it's a clue, because, a question ends in the form of a question mark.
Fair.
None of these do. These are clues.
We'll just hit 16.
16. The gang, on a few occasions, go to this fighting event. At one of them, they see Ted's doppelganger.
I didn't know they went to fighting events.
It's kind of like a staged event, but...
A staged fighting event? Well, I was going to say UFC, but is it WWE?
It is. It's supposed to be robots versus wrestlers. I don't know why I didn't put that in there. It's robots versus wrestlers.
I didn't know that was the thing.
And finally, it's the thing in the show. When Marshall passes the bar exam and becomes in law, the gang gives him this nickname.
I don't know, so I'm going to use my third and last skip.
Judge Fudge.
Okay.
That puts you with a final score of 13,400 for Unqualified Jeopardy number 6.
Wow. Now, I'm gonna get mine pulled up really quick, but I do remember when I made them that I forgot to edit the scores. So I'm gonna edit the scores and then I'll bring it up really quick.
Okay. You did a lot better than I figured you would. I tried to make that one challenging, but
Better than I thought it would.
you came through there blazing through a lot of those. You know a lot more about Brock Lesnar than I thought you would.
Yeah, I do. I didn't think I was gonna do that good with him, but you just kept bringing up stuff I knew.
Yeah. Whoops. Now, I I thought I did pretty good at least. I thought I had a good run.
Alright, I got mine
I'm
ready.
curious to see what categories you've got. Boy,
Alright. From the Alex
it's
Trebek
like
stage at Sony Picture Studios, this is yet another Jeopardy! Today's contestant, Landy Boy. His something day total totals some amount of points. In today's topics, we've got wrestler name telephone, similar to the catchphrase telephone I did in the last one, where, well, you have to guess whose name I'm,
okay.
not actually saying. We have round 2 of catchphrase telephone, where you have to yet again guess wrestler catchphrases, but I fucked them up. And then you've got whose line is it anyways? Honestly, I forgot what I put in there. I'm pretty sure it's funny wrestling lines and you have to tell me who it is. We got Nissan. Random questions about Nissan. I don't expect you to get it, but you have some topics that I don't get, so, it's kind of even. And then we got whose
Fair
song
point.
is it anyways? I say a song, you tell me who wrote it. Where are we starting, Landy?
Who's song for 200?
Can I sit next to you, girl?
What? I've never heard of this, so
I
I'm
know
just
you
gonna
know whose
take a
band it
random
is.
band.
Yeah, a band wrote this, and I know you know who it is.
Next to you, girl. Is this random guess? Is this Boy Cry from the SpongeBob episode?
It is not from SpongeBob. No, it is a real band.
So this isn't the boy, because that sounds similar to the line the boy band sang who went to Pearl's birthday. I don't know if you ever watched SpongeBob as a kid, but
I know what you're referencing. It's not that. No, it's a real band.
the boys supposed to cry. Okay, let's sit next to you, girl. Huh? You're saying I know them?
I know you know them.
You
You
know
are
I
a
know
big
them.
fan of this band.
I'm a
I
big
think.
fan of this
I think.
band. You think or you know?
Well, now I'm forgetting which of one of the two bands it is that I think wrote the song, and I know you're a big fan of one of them, and I know you at least know a lot about the other one if you don't, or if you're not like
I'm
a huge
sitting
fan of
next
them.
to you, girl. Okay, I gotta think bands I like. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say, is this ZZ Top?
It's AC/DC.
Oh, I never heard of that in my life.
It's actually their very first song.
Wow. Okay. We'll go catchphrase telephone part 2. We'll make some, for
For
200. We'll make some,
okay,
we'll make some points up. Yeah, 200.
you're better than me in every way, and I admit it.
This is MJF. I'm better than you, and you know it.
It is in fact Michael James Flanagan.
Maxwell James Friedman.
Yeah, I know.
Catchphrase telephone for 4. These ones are fun.
And Swallow.
And swallow? Huh?
This is a bit of an old school one.
And swallow. How old school are we talking here?
Uh, I don't know exactly when they stopped doing the shtick, but it was around in the 2000s.
Oh, this is this is DX. This is suck it. That took
And
me a second to
Swallow.
process.
Yeah.
We'll go name telephone for 8.
Okay. The stuff we're all made of.
What we're all made of? Water, atoms.
Think about every like universe nerd you've ever heard saying, we're all made of.
We're all made of matter. We're all made of air. We're all made of water. Stuff we're all made of?
Yeah, come on, you got this one.
No, I don't.
We've talked about this wrestler a lot. Not a lot, but quite a few times.
Quite a few times we talked about this
I guess,
wrestler.
yeah, I was thinking a lot kind of predates like at length, but no, we have mentioned them quite a bit. I don't think we've ever talked at length about this character though.
Stuff we're all made of. Could it potentially be Stardust?
Stardust, baby.
So stupid. So stupid. Name telephone for. We'll go 1,000.
Chet Liver.
Chet Liver. Chet Liver.
Yeah.
Is somebody that I should know?
Look, okay, I'll give you a hint. The first name rhymes a lot. The second name is...
Oh, Bret Hart.
Okay. Yeah.
Way too long. Whose line is it for 1,000? We'll see what that's about.
Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
So it's hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last. Bad guys do. It's Scott Hall / Razor Ramon at the Hall of Fame speech.
Razor Ramon, yeah.
I love how you said Razor Roman.
Oh, I spelled it wrong, yeah.
Razor Roman. I'm trying to build my points bank up before I start losing everything in Nissan. So I need at least a bank of like 3,000 points probably before.
Potentially.
Yeah, so it's 1,000. Yeah, it's a 1,000, and then you have 8 and 2. That'd be 2,000. 6 and 4. That'd be 3,000 points. I need at least 3,000 points. I'm comfortable losing. Name telephone for 200.
The guy who flies through the sky.
Guy who flies through the sky. Ricochet? No, it can't be. It can't be Ricochet. It makes it
No,
like
it's not
somebody
Ricochet.
named after. Is there somebody named after some kind of bird?
I think you're thinking too in depth about this. The guy who flies through the sky. It's a reference to something very associated with this character.
The aerial assassin. Oh, Will Ospreay.
Who's that jumping out the sky? R-E-Y Mysterio. Here we go. Yeah.
Oh, but Will Ospreay is named the aerial assassin. So that's what I thought.
Yeah, but I was making a reference to Rey Mysterio's old intro.
Who's that jumping out the sky? R-E-Y Mysterio. Here we go. Yeah, that makes sense. Who's line for 200?
I forgot. Oh, I forgot how it feel like to have the top of my foot hurt so bad from kicking people on the face.
That's Stone Cold Steve Austin?
It's Randy Orton.
Oh. Never heard that.
Yeah, it was WrestleMania. What was the WrestleMania where they had the open roof on the place? 38?
They've had an open roof on a lot of WrestleManias.
Okay, that's a good point. It was like 36, 38 or something. We said that.
Okay, well, who's song for 400?
I'll be waiting.
We're picking just obscure, like, deep cuts, I feel.
I am picking slightly obscure songs from very popular bands. I'll give you that.
Is there somebody else I'll know?
Yes.
Is it a band or a solo artist?
The band. I'm pretty sure these are all bands, even though I put whose song, which kind of implies it's a person, but I think they're all bands.
Oh wait, is this the Offspring? New Zealand's favorite band?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can vaguely remember that. Who's line for 8?
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking, but not the Rock?
This could be anybody imitating him. Is this the time the Miz imitated him?
I was going off the time Goldust did it, but you're right, Miz also did. I'll give you some points for that. You could have named honestly
Miz also.
anyone, but I was scrolling through Reels making this, and I saw Goldust doing it. I was like, oh, that's hilarious.
All right, we'll go Nissan for 2. We'll start getting that out of the way. Unfortunately,
Nissan's first electric car.
what is a piece of crap that's going to damage the environment with its battery? What is a car that's killing children in Africa that are mining zinc for the or not zinc, but cobalt for the battery, or whatever it is?
It was the 1947 Tama, but you know what? You're right. Electric cars aren't terrible.
Yeah. It will go. Whose line for 6? Yeah, well, 6.
I woke up and realized life is great, and people are awesome, and life is worth living.
Life is worth living. Woke up and realized life is. Like, I'm trying to imagine this like in the inflection of a wrestler and who it would sound like. I woke up and realized life is great, people are awesome, and life is worth living. Is it old or new?
I don't know when this line was said, but the wrestler is pretty old.
This was pretty old. Is this Ric Flair? Woo!
It was Hulk Hogan.
Oh! You know they're putting a Hulk Hogan wrestling shop in Pigeon Forge?
I did not.
That's gonna be up above where midget wrestling is, around like Teaster Lane. It's close to Flavortown.
Okay.
There's a sign up that say coming soon. Catchphrase telephone for 1,000.
If your nose is working properly, you may be able to pick up an odor coming from the heated food on top of a hot stone.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
I threw in an easy one for you.
Okay, name telephone for 6. We'll start.
Overgiver.
The Undertaker.
Yeah.
I don't know why you put that as 2 words, but we'll finish off name telephone for 4.
Leandre the Midget.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's line for 4? Finish that.
Oh, shit, you know, they say all men are created equal. But you look at me, and you look at Samoa Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally, if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beat me. Then you add Kurt Angle to the mix. Your chances of winning drastically go down. See, the 3-way sacrifice, you got a 33 and a third chance of winning. But I got 66 and a two-third chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me and he's not even going to try. So Samoa Joe, you take your 33 and one-third chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 and one-third chance of winning a sacrifice. But then you my 75% chance of winning, and if we was to go one-on-one, then add 63 and two-thirds percent, I got 141 2/3 chance at winning a sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you with sacrifice.
Who is Scott Steiner?
Yeah, I'm amazed I delivered that as good as I did. I was like the grammar errors fucked me up so bad. I read through all of them.
Who's song for 1,000?
Killing in the name of.
Who is Rage in favor of the Machine?
I put that too. Yeah. You could have also said Cypress Hill, and I would have gave it to you because they did a pretty famous cover of it.
Whose song for 8?
Keep Yourself Alive.
Yourself alive. It's Queen?
It is Her Majesty.
We'll go to Catchphrase Telephone for 8.
It's fake. It's all fake.
Is this Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah, we'll finish that off for 6.
He is very large.
This right here, this is Big Cass, and he's 7 foot tall. And you can't teach that.
He's fat! By Scott Steiner.
Oh. I'm thinking Enzo Amore, and he's 7 foot tall.
But, that would have worked if I knew about that, but no, I was thinking of the infamous Steiner. He's fat.
Did not know that. Okay. All right, let's go. Whose song before I start embarrassing myself?
Hit the Lights. You better know this one.
That is Metallica. Killed him. All right, Nissan for 4. Let's get this over with. I have enough points banked up.
Nissan's first modern EV.
What is a Tesla Roadster?
The Leaf.
I'm just gonna give
the shittiest car they ever made.
I'm gonna give wrong answers only. Nissan for 6.
This car has lasted nearly 20 years, unchanged because of its legendary reputation. Also because Nissan has had no money for 20 years.
Yeah. The Nissan. What's the Nissan Rogue?
It's the GTR. Rogue's only. They redesigned the Rogue like, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. But the GTR came out in 2006. It's 2025, and they just killed it off after 3 different generations of the exact same car.
Ow.
Anyways.
Nissan for.
Yeah, okay. This snail-shaped truck is appropriately named.
Snail-shaped?
Think of things with snails, and what people call them. Maybe a joke you've heard before is a wee lad. Might have been a hint there.
What?
Is a wee
What is
lad.
a Nissan? What is a Nissan penis?
It is the escargot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's lose 1,000 more points.
What unique engine does the Titan XD have?
What is the Disney XD?
It's a V6 Cummins. And you might say, that's a V6.
Yeah.
What's so unique about that? Well, Cummins, Classy Cummins specifically, the guy that made the company way back in the day, only made straight 6s. Nothing but straight 6s. Later on, they made a few 4-cylinders. They weren't that common, the 4BT being one of them. For the most part, though, they have only ever made straight 6s. And then Nissan went to them and said, hey, we need a diesel engine for our truck. But here's the thing, we already built the truck and it's way too small for a straight 6. What can you make us? And they went, we'll make you the only V6 the Cummins brand has ever made. And that's what you can find there.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, I forgot how many points you had. How many points did you have? Do you remember?
7,400.
Gotcha. Okay. I saw it started with 7. All right. Landy. All right. On the ultimate Jeopardy, we've got Chevy, Bodies of Water,
Oh God.
AC/DC, Dancing with the Devil, and The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Okay, we'll get all the points I can. Devil Went Down to Georgia for 200. I love this song.
Did the Devil win the bet? Let's just say win the bet with Johnny, or win the bet. Oh no. Wait, yeah, or Johnny.
The Devil got absolutely clapped by some random hick who's just fiddling out in the fields in Georgia. Johnny whooped him.
I'll give it to you. Technically, Johnny did win. You know, he played the better fiddle. But He sinned. Anyways. Also, they made a continuation of that song, or a second part of that song, or whatever, and they do mention exactly that the devil actually technically won. But if you only know the first song, yeah, Johnny wins.
I mean, I've listened to the second one, but I don't really know if it's considered canon, just because they brought in like 8 or 10 or 87 different country music artists to feature on. I know Travis Tritt's in it. I think Johnny Cash played someone in it. Everyone down to Georgia for 400.
Fire in the mountain, run boy run.
The Devil's in the House of the Rising Sun.
Chicken the bread pancake.
600.
Yeah.
Everyone down to Georgia.
What did the devil bet against Johnny's soul?
A fiddle of gold.
That would in fact be a gold fiddle.
I bet a fiddle of gold against your soul to think I'm better than you. Bro. 800. Everyone down to Georgia. Just running this.
What flew up from the devil's fingertips to rosin up his bowstring?
Fire flew from his fingertips.
Flame, but yeah.
The little arc is in fire blew from the fingertips as he rosined up his bow.
Okay, I was reading the lyrics at flame. What did the devil do with the fiddle?
He laid it on the ground at Johnny's feet.
Yeah.
Too easy, man. Bodies of water for 2.
Tajikistan's smallest lake.
Oh, screw you! God! Are they all gonna be like this?
No.
What is Lake Dushanbe? I don't know.
It's the Skandercool Lake.
Why is this a 200-point clue? Okay.
So it was the 1,000, well, it was like 500, but it would have been the 1,000, but I forgot to keep them in order while I was redoing the points.
Okay. By the way, aren't these numbers supposed to be doubled for Double Jeopardy?
Wait, I did double. Oh, fuck.
It's supposed to be 2, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah, you know what? Well, they'll be up there. No,
Why'd you give me points?
Oh, yeah. You're right. Okay. We'll take that would have been $6,000. So we'll just put a 6 there. I'll just tap it twice for whichever one.
Okay, I don't know why I have. How did I get 16,000?
Should have been 13,000. Because you got 3,000 fingers. Should have been 6.
Okay. Dancing with the Devil scares me. We'll go 200.
What was William's main concern?
Gang activity in some sort. Making money. I don't know. Let's say.
Think on that note. That last one. Think about the lyrics.
Making money.
His primary concern.
Primary concern.
His primary concern.
Making $1 million.
There you go.
Right. Yeah, we'll go that for technically 800.
Okay. Even blank smoked a motherfucker up in the club.
Is this P. Diddy?
Yeah. Even Puffy smoked a motherfucker up in the club, and it wasn't a motherfucker, it was a woman.
Alright, AC/DC for 1,000. We'll see what I can get here.
Their song titles feature the word rock how many times?
Is there like a range where I can be in this? I usually give you a range of like 5 or something.
Yeah, if you're within, I'll say 3. It's not a big number.
What is 33?
Oh gosh, it's 23.
Oh, I was in the right mindset. AC/DC for 8.
Name all the members.
Oh my god. I don't know the drummer, and I know that like one. Yeah, I don't know the drummer. I know that one of the guys has died. Angus Young, Brian Johnson. I know Malcolm Young died, so I actually only know 2 of them. I only know Brian Johnson and Angus Young, because Malcolm Young died. Who's the drummer? I get half credit for naming two of them.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Because I know Brian Johnson and Angus Young.
Alright, do you just want to call it at that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Angus Young, Stevie Young, Brian Johnson, so it was actually 5.
It's
Phil
5.
Rudd and Cliff Williamson. Yeah, I'll still give you some points for that.
Okay. Bodies of water for 4. Let's see what this is about.
Tajikistan's shortest river.
Oh my god. Oh.
It might be coincidence that these two are next to each other because I had to shuffle the points.
You're a dick.
Look,
Okay,
there's a lot of things in yours I didn't get right.
what is Lake Tip Your Waiter?
This is the Fox River.
Inside joke. Oh,
Yeah.
ECDC for 6.
Their biggest song.
Like their most popular song?
Yeah.
What is Thunderstruck?
It would in fact be Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck! Anthem with the Devil for 1,000. Let's lose some points. I got some points to lose now.
But what he saw made him cringe and he started to stutter.
Something, 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 his own mother.
He was staring into the eyes of... Yeah.
That's the worst line in song history. Chevy for 2. Let's start losing points there.
How many generations of the Corvette are there?
7.
It's actually 8.
What is 7? Oh.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
400 Chevy.
Wait, I think it took away 20. Yeah. Okay. How many?
400.
Okay. When did the Corvette release?
Corvette. Oh, by the way, if I get this wrong, that'd suck. Cause I'm from Kentucky, where the Corvettes are made. What is 1965?
59.
Oh man. No, it was that far back. Bodies of water for 6. It's gonna be like, what is Tajikistan's largest pond? Oh my god, Tommy, Tommy boy.
Tajikistan's
What is
largest lake.
Oh my god. Stands large lake. What is Lake? What is Lake Jamie Hader?
Shit, I'm gonna give you points for that. Shout out Jamie Hader.
Bodies of water for 8.
Tajikistan's longest river.
What is River Megan Bain?
Yes, it's something like that. I think that's what that says.
Shout out Megan Bain, man. Dancing with the Devil for 6.
What was the real ninja's name?
Is it the guy that's the subject of the song?
Perchance.
William.
Yeah.
You mentioned this already.
Yeah, because that was supposed to be up here, and that other one was supposed to be down there, and, you know.
Yeah. Well, you always go out of order. I always start to go out of order. ACDC for 4.
Phil was charged with what crime?
What is public urination? I don't know.
It's conspiracy to commit murder.
Oh! Oh, heavy hitter. Okay.
Yeah.
Bodies of water for 1,000. Real quick. So help me God. This is Tajikistan's largest pond or stream or a creek or whatever. I'm walking out.
I happen to know what this is. It has nothing to do with Tajikistan, the great country of Tajikistan. Name a country bordering the Black Sea.
The Black Sea?
Keep in mind, Tajikistan is double landlocked. It does not touch the Black Sea. It's not Tajikistan.
Okay. So the Black Sea, that is...
I'll give you points
like
for every
around...
one you name if you get multiple.
Oh, okay. So that's like around Europe, I would assume, right?
It's somewhere in the world.
Russia? I'm gonna say Russia.
Okay.
gonna say, in that case, Ukraine. I'm gonna say Turkey, perchance.
Okay.
Uh, Romania, somewhere around there. Italy, just for kicks and giggles, even though it's not touching any of those. It could, I'm just trying to get as many points as I can. Technically speaking, I could just name off every country in the world and get all the points
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah. Well, let's not
United
do
States,
that.
Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru,
Okay. Let's not do.
Republic Dominica,
Stop.
Cuba,
Stop
Caribbean,
it. Stop. I'm
Greenland,
not giving you
Salvador,
points for
two.
that.
Good. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead with Russia, or Romania, and Turkey.
Okay. So you said Ukraine, so I'll give you that one. You got Russia, Ukraine, Turkey,
Okay.
Romania. The other ones are
Oh,
Abkhazia, Georgia, and Bulgaria. So I'll give you, was it 3, technically 6. Yeah, there we go.
let's finish off Dance with the Devil for 8, I guess.
You'd probably do, fuck. You'd probably do how long for minor offenses?
Minor offenses?
You probably, yeah, it says, you'd only do a, oh no, what is it? You probably do it for minor offenses.
Do a blank for minor offenses. Week, month, or year? Let's think here. A year is too long. Let me do a blank. With a month.
It's a month, yeah. Hell yeah.
Dang. Chevy for 6. Let's lose some points.
The best engine ever.
I'm gonna skip because I have all my skips.
The LS, baby.
800.
Chevy is part of what brand?
This is GMC.
Take a letter off there.
What is GM?
There you
Oh,
go. G- G-
oops. Oopsie poop. I
GMC.
made an
GMC
oopsie.
is Gay Man
I
Chevy.
know, that's
GM is
separate.
General Motors.
Yeah, that was a mental, that was a brain fart on my end. ACDC for 2.
Their worst selling song.
I'm gonna skip. He's not like
Night of the
skip.
Loud Knives.
Never heard of that.
Most people haven't because it sucks.
That's
Did the Corvette always have a V8? Simply yes or no.
no, it did not.
No, it actually started with the straight 6. And you're walking
Oh,
out of here with 26,400 points. Probably the most you've ever gotten in Jeopardy.
honestly, yeah.
So, congratulations,
All
man.
right.
That was pretty good.
What a performance on my end, man. What a performance.
Truly.
Now, I was also going to mention this. I've got some big news in the world of Landy Boy.
Oh.
I am switching majors.
So
So
you're,
what I'm
you're not
going to
going to sell
do,
me
I'm
drugs?
currently taking. Fortunately, no, I've lost the will and the passion and the dream for that. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish my associates. And I'm going to transfer in, like, because I can already finish that out and have a degree in about, 4 or 5 months in health, just general health sciences. Then I'm going to transfer schools entirely. I'm going to take a big step down into my second passion, which is history. I'm going to come on this
Oh,
show
history.
spouting off like, oh, on April 15th, 1812, blah, 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 blah. That's going to be my new thing.
I want you to come with a
Big step.
comprehensive list of every time Jews got kicked out of the country and what happened following that.
Anyway, I didn't realize how difficult even like the prerequisites for pharmacy would be. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for something I've always loved. Always loved history. So, am I going to be a teacher? Am I going to work in a museum? Am I going to work at a library? Am I going to be at CNN or oh, absolutely not CNN? Am I going to be at Fox News working with Alex Jones, telling him history facts? I don't know,
You could be
but
working at
I love history.
you could be at the Field Museum in Chicago telling people about how we got rid of the Navajos.
I could be talking about the bean and how the sculptor hates the name the
and
bean.
has threatened to remove it multiple times.
It still never has the bean. I've been seeing videos about like there's other beans around the country.
Yeah, it's not the only one,
It hates the
but it's the best one.
like he just hates anybody calling any of them the bean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just figured I'd give a little life update on me. I made some calls to the institution of which I study today and was like, hey, I don't want to do pharmacy anymore. I don't know if I can finish out with y'all. Yeah. And the woman I spoke to, she's like, yeah. Well, this is gonna be best for you. I just finish up your associates, and then you can transfer credits to whatever institution with whatever class will apply. So, pretty pretty big move on my part. Kind of, money wise, it's not going to be as good, but I'm actually probably going to enjoy that a lot more. Some people may call it a stupid decision, but hey, if I can't do the math required for pharmacy, then what's the point of taking them?
What kind of math are you doing in pharmacy?
I, I mean,
Are you saying you
I
can't
already
count
took a
30
calculus
pills?
class.
Sorry.
I mean, like it's more than that. I took a calculus class a couple, like a year and a half or so ago, and that kicked my tail. And that was pre-pharmacy. I'm still in pre-pharmacy. I'm not even gotten to like, the actual pharmacy degree program yet. So I don't know what I'd be going into. I'm expecting it to be bad, so that's why I kind of like abandoned ship.
Okay.
But it's whatever. I know the term C's get degrees. I was struggling to keep a C in math anyway.
Hey, I couldn't keep a F in any class, dude. I got a straight zero. Mostly just didn't
Except
care.
that one class where you absolutely did nothing and just kind of got the grade anyway.
I had a few classes like that where I'd show up, literally do nothing, and get points because the teachers didn't want to deal with me.
I've thought about like how all the history teachers are generally some of the favorites, and I think I'd be. The thing is, I hate public speaking. Like I told this to my mom and my grandma a few days ago. I think being a teacher would be fun, but my biggest fear, other than women, is public speaking. I hate public speaking, man.
I thought about that too, and I thought, I would love to be a high school teacher. Because at that point,
Oh,
you're not dealing
absolutely.
with children exactly. You're dealing with,
People who are almost
yeah,
adults.
almost adults, but they're still really stupid, but they're kind of fun, like.
Yeah.
But then I was doing some research on, how teachers and stuff like that actually work. And, you can, like, apply for high school, get a job there, and you'll work there for 2 or 3 years, and then all of a sudden they'll go, hey, you're getting transferred to the elementary school. And you can either go to the elementary school or you can get another job. I don't want to do that. So,
Right. Sounds about right.
yeah.
It's like I've always been good with kids, but that doesn't mean I like kids. I know how to handle kids and work with kids, but that doesn't mean I'm going to enjoy it the
Hmm.
majority of the time.
Like, I
Kids
know,
suck.
yeah, I know if I was a high school teacher, I'd be those high schoolers' favorite teacher. I'd be the one putting
Yeah.
up with all their bullshit. But then you put me in a middle
I'd
school
want to
or an
be like
elementary school, and I'm gonna lose my fucking shit at those kids. Because they're actual, just genuine little crotch goblin dumbasses.
it's like I already kind of have my philosophy for how I would be if I were by any chance a history teacher. I want to be like I doubt I'd be the one who's actually a football coach, but I kind of want to be one of them that's lying that where it's like here's what you're doing today. Come to me if you have any questions. You can probably Google them all. I'm gonna be the one who's like every single test in here is open note, open book, open Google. If you fail, it's your own stupidity. That's what I want to do. Fridays, we're not doing anything. Fridays, we're just gonna, you're gonna catch up, maybe watch a movie, maybe watch some, whatever, Anatomy Museum, National Treasure, Band of Brothers, Forrest Gump, whatever.
Watching Band of
Just,
Brothers is
just don't
cool.
come asking me stupid questions. Band of Brothers was so good. I
Yeah.
watched that my sophomore year in America at War class. Shout out Mr. Williams for letting us watch that and Forrest Gump in the same semester.
And I remember my little grandbaby looking up at me and said, "Grandpa, were you a hero in the war?" Oh yeah, I said no, but I was in a company of heroes. One of my favorite lines from Band of Brothers.
I need to go back and rewatch that because I've not watched it since that class, and I've forgotten a lot of it.
I watched it like
And
a couple months
like
ago.
it's like I genuinely was surprised. Like I kind of like fell back in my seat a little bit when I saw Ross from Friends was in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even a Friends fan, but I recognize who Ross is, who David Schwimmer is.
Hey, get a load of this guy.
Oh man, you think he knows how big of a meme that is, or do you think he's out of the loop of meme culture?
He has to know. There's no way celebrities don't know when they have a popular meme about him.
Do you think Chaperone knows how hated she is online?
Maybe.
Yeah, I hope so. I've only heard one Chaperone song ever sung that was even palatable, and even then, it's not a great song.
Yeah,
So
I don't really know enough to say, but
she's whiny. She hates being famous, but also she hates when people don't give her enough attention.
duality of humanity.
You remember the Harry and Meghan parody from South Park where it's like, why won't you give us attention? Why do you give us so much attention? Whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Harry and Meghan like moved to America to get attention, but they hate having attention.
Yeah.
It's basically what Chaperone is. She's like, I why don't you give me enough attention? I hate being famous. That's basically what she is.
Shout out, Mel.
She's talented. She's just insufferable and uses her talent in the most bland way possible. Other than Sabrina Carpenter, who really you can argue isn't talented at all. I just want to mention Sabrina Carpenter sucks again. You know,
Mm-hmm.
any chance I can get to defecate on Sabrina Carpenter.
Hell yeah.
Just I didn't want to try to hit lightning strike twice with that one rant, but all my homies hate Sabrina Carpenter.
I was literally thinking about that right in my head while you were talking about her again. Just that bland, unseasoned white chicken.
Yeah, man, that's that and the WNBA line are my two favorite personal lines I've ever had. That and the line I've said before the outro in the last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, the top three of Landy Boy
cackling
moments
up.
for sure. Oh man, like I rewatched that and I thought like that's got to go down as one of my favorite lines I've ever said. I mean, again, because like we said, everything on this show could potentially be scripted.
I wrote the whole thing. You know,
I mean, like, why do y'all think I look off into space so much whenever I'm talking? I'm looking at a teleprompter.
yeah, I look over there because, you guys would see the reflection in, like, my glasses or something behind me if I had it right in front of me, but if I keep it over there, I can, like, glance up at my notes, alright, gotcha, and I can continue the script.
I have a teleprompter right over there. What y'all may not know is half the time that TV right there is running a teleprompter.
Yeah. Y'all don't realize,
It's not scripted.
We joke about how I run everything around here. It's really not a joke. I write the script, I edit the videos, I put them up on YouTube, I make the thumbnails.
I just have to be the other half.
I spend 10
I
hours
have to be the
writing
other
3-hour
half.
script.
What y'all may not know also, though, is that if Tommy Boy had to do the full 3 hours on his own, it would be removed because he'd start delving into conspiracy theories and racism, sexism, homophobia. I have to fill in the other half so he's not getting removed. I actually go in and write a couple of my own lines.
Yeah, he does.
Just to avoid Tommy Boy
edit.
getting us taken down.
Even my good cop lines aren't always that good. He has to go in and edit them sometimes, but sometimes he really takes the reign on it. And my favorite moments are when Landy, like, off script takes the bad cop position, and I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck is he saying?
like the ending of last episode.
Exactly.
I mean, the last
main reason I was cackling up
30,
I couldn't believe you said something like that off script.
The last 30 or 45 seconds of the of episode 34 gotta be like the best. I guess other than the rants I go on occasionally. For me, that's gotta be my favorite. It's a spur of the moment decision to say it. Really, I thought it would be funny considering we were talking about the subject of who that statement was about.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but truly,
Pretty good moment for me.
y'all don't realize how scripted this show is. You know, when I like stutter something or I give like a in between some, I write that. When I interrupt Landy constantly, I write that. When Landy goes, I write that.
Yeah. 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 I mean,
His self
so,
awareness about the I wrote because I write the knows, and he didn't even pick up on it. He just says them.
ooh, look who somebody's typing on little Snapchat.
Oh, wow.
I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna dox the Snapchat name, but it's Sean.
Okay.
I might, since he's actually gonna respond to me now, more than likely, I can just be like,
Yeah, let's
"Want
get
to
him
hop on the
on.
podcast?"
Let's get him on. Anyways, while you're texting Sean, I got something I want to bring up to the fans here. So, y'all know I smoke a lot of weed. I've been smoking for 7 years now. I've been doing dabs for almost over 5 years now to think about it. Right? That's when I took my first dabs.
He's at work. I think he's in Pigeon Forge.
Oh, well, I got this container here, right? It says white runts, diamonds. Actually, that just says runts, not white runts. But I will tell you, there is not white runts in here. Or if there is not much. See, I got this thing, right? This nectar collector. This is what I used to take smaller dabs out of this piece when I'm not using one of my big rigs to take big dabs. And I don't take that unless I got, some fresh shit, but, I'm all out of, like, the Ananas Funk, and I don't know what I got y'all propped up on. I got something else over there, but those are empty. So whenever I'm smoking some bullshit, I smoke it out here so I can just take a real quick dab. But the thing is, this thing is full of wax, and I got to scoop it out, right? Well, what am I going to do with that wax? It's still good. It's still got THC in it. It's still smokable, whatever. I'm not just going to throw it away. It'd be wasteful. So I just put them in jars. I just fill up my old dab jars with the reclaim. And, I figure, like, if the world ever ends or weed is suddenly outlawed, I've got a few months supply of THC left before I go crazy and start killing people. So I'm going to crack open my oldest container of reclaim, which goes back about 5 years. I believe I started this actually on New Year's going into 2020, so I don't... Okay, it looks black because it's in an opaque container. As soon as I pull it out, you'll see it's like a golden color, but... Camera again.
Yeah. Sean and me are popping off.
Okay, hold on. My camera's not here. I'm back, okay. So I just want to see, what does this taste like? Does it get me high? Can I identify what's in here? I don't know. I'm gonna find out.
While you do that, I got to take my first unqualified pee break of the episode.
Okay. So yeah, I got a huge fucking glibby globby here. I don't need that much. Oh, also, whenever Landy Boy gets back, I need to tell him that he got us a second copyright. That son of a bitch. I'm not really that mad at him. It's funny more than anything because I want to tell him what it is just so he can know how stupid that copyright is. Anyways, got our dab here, so okay, that don't really look golden. That looks brown, but it looks different through my eyes. this camera's dog shit. I'm gonna get a better one soon. Anyways, let's yeah, I know y'all love this audio, but it's my blowtorch. I didn't realize how honestly raw the audio was when I first started doing this.
I've returned. I've never seen that contraption before.
I've been using this for the last 5 episodes.
Oh. I guess I've been looking off at something different whenever you've pulled that.
That tastes pretty good, honestly. It tastes kind of fruity. I like it. I think the THC has largely degraded because I don't feel much from that. I feel a little bit, but it ain't much. Anyways, I got something to address with you, Landon.
Oh, okay.
You got us another copyright.
I did?
This one was totally unfair. but they were not gonna back down on this, so I had to trim the part out of the video.
Oh
The
boy.
last episode, we showed a couple of gifs of Shane McMahon. One of those happened to take place at WrestleMania 38. Apparently, you can't even show pictures of WrestleMania 38 on YouTube.
What?
Yeah. That they flagged it because WrestleMania 38 appeared in that video.
WrestleMania 38, the event that took place 3 years ago.
Yeah. We got a copyright because of that. Literally, for a 3-second gif of Shane McMahon diving off a rope.
LWWE, man.
Massive L for WWE. Anti-shadow WWE for that. That was bullshit.
How, like, we're not making money off that. We have 19 subscribers.
Right.
We average 12 views per video. We're not making money, WWE.
Yeah. I don't know what was up with that.
Alright. While we're speaking of entertainment and all that, I watched a movie for the very first time. Well, 2 movies very first time yesterday, or last night, technically. I watched, for the first time ever, and I regret waiting so long to watch it, I watched Days of Thunder.
Okay.
Such a good movie, man. You ever seen it?
I know I've seen it before. I don't remember much of it.
Tom Cruise is a NASCAR driver.
Let me take these off. Kind of pinch my head with the.
Then I was watching with my dad. My dad said it's like a really good movie and all that, and I'd never seen it until last night. Right after that movie ends, I'm already struggling to stay awake, but he turns on another one. It's a Burt Reynolds NASCAR movie called, and I kid you not, the actual name of this movie is Stroker Ace. And the actual name of Burt Reynolds' character in the movie is Stroker Ace.
Nice.
And the entire movie, because I highly doubt you've ever even heard of Stroker Ace. It was...
Never heard of it.
Yeah, so it's like Burt Reynolds is a NASCAR driver who loses his sponsor. So he gets picked up by a new sponsor. It's a chicken chain that doesn't even exist.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire movie is based on him racing this chicken, fast food chicken themed race car and trying to get out of his contract with this, one and only sponsor that he has. Just because he hates it. Really weird plot for a movie.
Yeah.
It's got Gomer Pyle, the guy that played Gomer Pyle on Andy Griffith, is in it.
Wow.
I don't know if you've watched ever.
I have.
Andy Griffith.
I am a big fan of the Andy Griffith show.
Yeah, so Jim Neighbors, the guy that plays Gomer Pyle, is in it. Fun fact, the guy that plays Gomer Pyle is was, because he's dead now, but you know that he was gay?
I did not know that.
Yeah, the man that played Gomer Pyle was a homosexual.
But
That's a new fact to me.
To Holmes?
Who knows? Who knows? Why are Francophiles so attracted to the Eiffel Tower?
That's a great question.
That's such a weird term for somebody who likes France. A Francophile. Why does the C make a k, like a hard k sound, when in France it's a s sound?
That's a fantastic question.
Also,
I'm looking at my 500 raw, unfiltered tips here, and I'm just thinking, because I use 2 at a time for joints, because I roll big joints. I bought this many about 4 years ago. I didn't think I would ever go through them. I thought at this point I'd still have half of them left. But I've now bought 500 more tips because I used all the ones I had. That's a lot of weed, man.
It is. I assume. I don't know.
I mean, let's do the math here. You're good at math. Do some Steiner math for me.
I'm not good at math.
Okay, so I use 2 tips per joint. That's 250 joints per thing of tips. And I use roughly 3 grams per joint, I would say. How many grams is that? 750?
I don't know.
That's a pound and a half of weed. Actually, I guess if we put it that way, pound and a half of weed over like 4 years ain't that bad. But there's also probably like a pound and a half dabs in there. So when you add it all together, yeah, it's still kind of a lot. Actually, I take back that pound and a half. Probably 3 pounds of dabs.
You're speaking complete gibberish to me.
That's okay.
Whatever any of that means, sure.
Drugs.
Drugs and gangs. Drugs and gangs.
Yeah. I like drugs. Drugs are good, man.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Drugs are bad, okay, they make you gay.
Okay. My favorite song from South Park is still "It's Easy MK." You know what I'm talking about? I should stop showing songs and pictures and videos on here because it'd give us copyrighted every episode. But it's Easy MK.
Well, go ahead and show it.
The song. No, I don't want to get us copyrighted again because the past 2 have been my fault.
Yeah.
Both Cody Raheem Rhodes and WrestleMania. Always wrestling related, seems like.
Yeah. It's never AEW related.
God forbid we make 2 cents from this video in 30 years.
Well, no, I actually didn't AEW copyright us for something?
I'm not sure. Did they copyright you for anything on the vlog?
No, it wasn't on the vlog. I think it was the episode we made after, because I think we showed something from them. But their copyright didn't take the video down. Their copyright was just like, hey, we just know that you're using our content, so we're just kind of putting this here to make note of that. The last 2 that we got from you, because it was WWE, they were like, oh, no, you're not showing it. You gotta take it out. And I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah. Oops. Now the people don't get to see our reaction to there's melanin in his soul. Negro icon Cody Rhodes doing it for the culture, my G. When blacks are down, Cody's there, and he knows how to braid hair. And he puts his kids in regularly. It's cornrows.
Yeah.
You get the point. I'm not gonna finish that. I'm not a good singer, but it goes.
Dude, I was thinking as like a fuck you to copyright, should we do like unqualified karaoke sometime?
We should. We still need to do unqualified karaoke and unqualified game night.
We do need another game night for sure.
It's been over 90 hours of content, give or take. But by the time we're at 35,
yeah.
If we get to episode 37, then again, we might still already be over. We might be over 90 hours of content worth since the last unqualified game night, because that was episode 7.
Yeah. Dude, isn't it crazy that in like, fuck, what are we on? In like 10 episodes, we're gonna have done more episodes of this than there are WrestleManias?
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Can you believe that we've already made 37, not 37, but we've made 35 more videos than the normal unqualified show has?
Yeah. They don't have any.
Any excuse to hate on the fake unqualified show.
I mean, technically that was us at one point, but we took that shit. We conquered it.
I mean, how do we cause him to quit when we average 12 views per video and our profile picture is Mr. Krabs?
Yeah, and
how are we doing better?
They get like 1,000 views a video. They were doing fine.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah.
They got. like 1,000 views per video.
Yeah, they were
They
doing
got.
fine. Like, honestly, you know what they should have done? They should have been just consistent with it. They should have recorded more.
I mean, like
We,
theirs are all.
it like,
Those are all like 20 minutes long too.
yeah. I mean, if they went to like an hour long and did it like twice a week, or like even once a week, we probably would have changed this to two-man job when we had the idea. But they straight up quit. They
I,
just so we got the name now. It's ours.
I still think two-man job would have been a perfect name for if we needed a fallback plan.
It would have,
Nobody else can
but
take that in case we ever decide. Nobody can take that in case we ever decide to start a secondary show.
it's true. It's true. What would
Or whenever our future children start showing their own, that could be the two-man job show.
That'd be good. Or like maybe
My favorite quote.
maybe after we launch like the first season of our show, while we're writing the second one, we'll start two-man job and it'll be like us recording us writing the show, but then we'll release it after every season.
Genius. That's a genius. I still think my favorite quote I had from my time at Dollywood, other than in front of guests and all that, and telling guests they're stupid in the nicest way possible. My favorite quote I ever had was, "Anything can be a two-man job if you're lazy enough and have two men."
Mm-hmm.
I need to get that tattoo just all the way like from shoulder down to my forearm. Anything can be a two-man job if you're lazy enough and have two men. It just ends on the back of my hand.
Yeah, it'd be kind of long, but I can see it.
Anything can be a two-man job if you're lazy. We need to sell that merchandise. If we ever start selling merchandise,
Oh, we will.
that needs to be one of our
Eventually.
things.
Yeah.
Anything can be a two-man job if you're lazy enough to have two men.
Yeah.
Now, I'm trying to think of the best ways I've told guests they're stupid, but in a nice way. A lot of the time, I'd have to fake it in nice and be like, "Oh, you get vouchers to play over there." It's like the last day or the second to last day. I might have already told this story. But like, it was a group of kids who were like probably 10, 12 years old walking around. And one of them was asking to play Swisher and how to play and like how it works. I walk over. It wasn't even my game. Hunter was the one running it. I walk over into Hunter's game. I look at this kid dead in the eyes, and I just point to the sign for Swisher saying, "Can you read?" or something along those lines. Or there's a sign right there.
Mm-hmm. I've started doing that to
I've
guests a
been wanting to
lot.
say that. I've been wanting to say that like since the early days, since I started, but I never did. At the end, like I knew I was leaving. I was getting fed up with it. I just started telling guests how it was.
Yeah, I'm at the point where like I'm planning to leave soon, so I don't really give a shit if they fire me. So I'm being
Right.
just a little rude to people, and like sometimes people like will come up, they'll ask me a question, I'll answer it, they'll ask it again, or like they'll play, and then I'll tell them whatever, and they're like, but I thought it's like whatever the question was. I was like, it's on the sign, dude. They're like, what are you talking about? What sign? Right here on the sign. Just read it. That'll answer your questions. I've started doing that a lot.
I don't know how these people survive being this dumb.
Me neither.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you know what's really dumb?
you're taking what's that?
I've been working Top Glow a lot, which, as you may know now, is directly next to the voucher stand. Tell me why a
Oh yeah.
hundred times a day I have people come up to me and go, "Where do I buy vouchers?" I've genuinely stopped saying anything to them. I just look at them. I just give like a little glance to the left. I look back at them, and if they're not smart enough to look, I don't say anything.
Genius. Whenever I'll be running fireball toss up the hill, the tornado, people would always ask me, what's a voucher? Where do you get vouchers?" As the stand was 2 or 3 feet to the left.
If that. Yeah.
I no, I don't know if I told you this, but I saw Mike now. Mike works in the general store now.
Yeah, you sent me a text.
Shout out Mike.
Which,
Huge shout out Mike.
say I did know that. I've seen him there a time or two.
I love Mike so much. Mike is awesome. Mike, if you're somehow seeing this, shout out you. You're awesome.
We gotta get Mike on here, man. I have his number.
First shout out of the episode was Mike.
No, I shouted out Milk earlier.
Oh, and I guess I gave a
Keep
shout out to
staying.
Jamie Hader. And Jamie Hader and Megan Bates. Okay.
Yeah.
While we're shouting out, Dollywood workers, shout out Larry, shout out Christy, and shout out Beanie, and shout out Sean.
And Bo.
And shout out Kaylee. Yeah. Shout out Bo, shout out
Well, I'm still
Beanie.
I'm still gonna say medium shout out Kaylee because she did subscribe. All right.
Shout out Kaylee.
Look, 19 subscriber, can't take that away from her unless she unsubscribes.
Yeah, I don't even think she watches these at all.
I hope she does. I know
And
someone
Kaylee,
who
if you're
does.
watching this, who?
Robert, actually. He was telling me at work that
Does Rob
he told me at work.
does Rob actually watch them?
So I told him about the show, and he told me that he's actually
Wow.
started watching it for like 20 or 30 minutes when he gets home.
Wow. I was like, have they started at episode 1?
I don't know where he started. He said the one that he watched, my background was really dark, so it was at least like 10 episodes ago.
Oh.
Or no, more than that. It'd been like 13 episodes ago. I had that figured out a long time ago.
Because the on-camera era started episode 8.
Yeah. And the lights off era for me went till I think 21. Or maybe 20.
Wow.
So he's checking out some
Yeah.
old ones. And I told him, I was like, Rob, you're looking at an old-ass video, man. Watch some of the newer ones. He's like, okay, I will.
I mean,
I think it's really
I
good.
figured
It's
he
just
would.
like you say, you guys talk about everything on there. It's a cool conversation. I like it. Like, yeah, thank you, Rob.
I figured he would have started with episode 1 to get. I mean, then again, episode 1 was mainly just gameplay clips and all that.
Rob
Figured-
barely understands
figured
how to use his phone, man. You think he's finding the right episodes on his TV? He's just looking up the Unqualified show and hitting play. I don't blame him.
Figured he'd start with episode 1 and try to get in all the inside jokes and stuff, because a lot of the time these inside jokes are firing jokes. These inside jokes are firing off like bang, 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 like in the first 20, 30 minutes when he'd be watching. So a lot of this is just like a lot of our shout outs too. I mean, I know we've kind of shifted into and then more towards the end, but
yeah, all of our inside jokes
figured
are from the first like 10 episodes. Like we kind of had it figured out at that point.
well, we've had a few more since episode 10, like the Jamie Hader stuff and the Megan Bain stuff. That's the Brandon Carpenter stuff.
Yeah, the wrestling came in at episode 15, but like by episode 10, we knew almost exactly how we were going to do this podcast, what our inside jokes were, everything we were into for the show. We kind of had it all laid out at that point. Then we got Jeopardy, and was it 19? I think was the first episode we did Jeopardy.
Chance. And then I changed your life forever by going to AEW.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally changed your life.
And the whole direction of the show.
Oopsie. Yeah, we went from being a show about like a bar conversation you can have with your friends to a bar conversation you have with friends. It is
mostly
75% wrestling. Yeah. Now, we've done a good job not really talking about wrestling much until now. AEW Dynamite, not Dynamite, Dynasty.
Oh yeah, let's bring that up.
What were you smoking, AEW writers?
We were going to spend our money on that.
There were 12 matches on the show, including the pre-show. 2 of those had the right winner. 2 of those.
Yeah.
1/6 AEW. John Moxley retained again.
Over Swerve.
Megan Bain lost the way she did
to Timeless Tony Storm.
Ooh, I like.
Yeah, I don't
starting to run its course.
But
you booked Megan Bain to be this unstoppable, God-given power woman, literally a Greek goddess, for the past 2.5 months, and you have her lose like that, AEW.
Like that was like
you have
genuinely
Max
like a bad
Caster
match for her.
It was a great match until the last 2 minutes. Max Caster lost in less than a minute to a guy who's not even been on TV since January.
Mm-hmm.
At least you let Kenny win.
Yeah, Kenny, he deserved that. Which, okay, can I say, if it was Kenny versus Ricochet, that would have been a phenomenal match. But
Yeah, but Mike Bailey had to be there.
They threw Speedball Mike Bailey in there. Fuck off, dude.
But goofball Mike Bailey had to be there.
Yeah, and
AEW.
I hate the fact that, like, look, I got kind of big teeth. I ain't gonna hide it. Bro, Mike Bailey makes me look like I got baby teeth, dog. That dude's chompers are just sticking out the whole time. Every time he smiles, it's like, fucking put your teeth away, dude.
The average Mike Bailey tooth is the size of an AirPod case.
Dude, his whatever the front teeth are called are thicker than my molars. That dude has a set of molars through his entire mouth.
Whatever his front teeth are called, whatever, I guess just front teeth, are thicker than my phone and case combined.
I thought he had a mouth guard until they got a close-up shot and I saw the teeth and I just went, oh my god, that dude has enormous chompers.
What is this? Why are you always doing? Yeah. What is that, Mike? AEW. Okay, the tag team match. I mean, I like Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah.
What is their character other than we hurt people? We hurt people. That's their entire character.
Yeah.
I know you have the whole thing with MJF going on. That makes sense. That's such a weird time to do it. I tried to scrub that entire pay-per-view out of my memory.
I didn't think the tag team match was that bad, wrestling-wise, but it could have been better.
It could have been a lot better. Like, a lot better. But, crap, who else wrestled?
Oh, they had that, what's his name, like Max or something? Let's go, Max, you're the best friend.
Yeah, Max Caster. Max Caster lost in 40 seconds to a guy that hadn't even been on TV since January, man.
Yeah. I still hate that that dude is trying to look like Ice Cube in the Straight Outta Compton movie, but he sucks.
And at least Will Ospreay won too. So Ospreay won and Omega won. That's about as good as it went.
Now I will say Max doing the Jersey fake out with the crowd was pretty funny.
Yeah, for anybody who's out of the loop, Max the show took place in Philadelphia. Max Caster showed up wearing a Ben Simmons Philadelphia 76ers jersey. Ben Simmons kind of hated in Philadelphia for reasons I won't get into right now because it's a long story. Pretty funny though. I think Mercedes Moné should have lost. Julia Hart, I like Julia Hart a lot more. Just saying.
See, I'm not mad that Bianca won. I'm still just gonna call her that.
Bianca.
Hold on. Yeah. Wait.
Bianca's WWE. Mercedes.
Same person though, right? No, Sasha Banks. That was her name. That was her name. Yeah. I have Bianca Belair mixed up. They're both black ladies, okay? Anyways, yeah, so Sasha was up there, and, because I don't like Mercedes as much as I like Sasha Banks. Sasha's up there doing her thing. I ain't mad that she won, alright? Like, yeah, either way that match went, I didn't really care. But I would have liked if Julia Hart won, because they could have propped that up as a reason to get her third match with Jamie out quicker.
Exactly! God, Death Riders retained the Trios Championship in one of the matches of all time.
That was pretty bad for 3
And then what was the point of having them turn on Adam Copeland?
Yeah, what was that about? Just I get maybe the storyline is that like they were trying to get Adam Copeland up as this big badass who took out all the Death Riders. We saw him fight Pac in Knoxville. Maybe the storyline is actually that he just sucks ass now. Like he just has not been good since he was Edge. He lost his edge, so to speak. And we're just watching him lose everything and then get kicked out of AEW.
So what was the point of having him run through the entire Death Riders just to lose to Moxley and then step down again by losing to the Death Riders, who he's already proven he's capable of beating.
Mm-hmm.
Make it make sense, AEW.
Those chair
Kyle
shots are
Fletcher
nasty, though.
beat. Yeah, Kyle Fletcher beat Mark Briscoe.
Eh.
I love Mark Briscoe. The crowd behind Mark Briscoe. The crowd hates everybody who's associated with Don Callis.
Mm-hmm.
That happened. He lost to Kyle Fletcher.
I mean, I just
Bandito versus Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho beat
I
Bandito
know
with a
you want to
baseball
talk about
bat.
this one.
They put the base. So Chris Jericho hits Bandito with the bat when the referee's down. He hides the bat behind the stairs. The match ends. Chris Jericho 1, 2, 3. Bandito's mother and sister are sitting in the front row. They jump the barricade. They're like, no, 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 or whatever they say in Spanish. Like, no, he used the bat.
Mm-hmm.
And another referee comes out who didn't even ref the match. And she picks up this bat from behind the stairs, shows it to the referee who's in the ring, and the referee in the ring is like, "I'll restart the match." And then Bandito.
Oh, hold on. No, it was
Justin
Justin Roberts who announced it. It was Justin Roberts. He goes,
the referee had to do it. The referee had to call it. He had to talk to the referee to do it. So the referee's like, "Yeah, Justin, I'm restarting the match." So Bandito, after already losing and the referee already calling it, it's another shot title. And guess what he does? He wins the belt, even though he lost the match already.
In like 8
That's
seconds,
not how wrestling works.
It was literally like 2 moves and he pinned Jericho.
God, AEW, you got me coughing and crying, man. Oh my God. Adam Cole winning was alright, I guess. I didn't care either way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could have done so much better.
AEW, do you just hate your fans?
AEW turned heel.
The 3-way match lasted over 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You had to watch goofball Mike Bailey for 31 minutes. You then trot out Moxley and Adam Copeland, who then wrestle for another over 30 minutes just for Moxley to win again. There's 2 guys who haven't been on the TV or on the show for months just pop up out of nowhere and kick Strickland.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean Cope versus Moxley. I meant Strickland versus Moxley, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Strickland versus
one of the shows of all time.
That kind of sucked, man. I mean, it really sucked. Like,
God, my rant's over. My rant's over. I'm gonna try to cool down.
all right, yeah.
Seriously, that's the dumbest decision I've ever seen. Restarting a match.
Yeah. I mean, when it was happening, when Jericho won, I was like, oh shoot, we're about to see like wrestling history maybe. This is gonna be a Rey Mysterio moment. And then Justin goes, the match will restart. Fuck no. Why do they have to do us like that, man?
We really wasted 6 hours of our time watching that show.
We would have wasted, 4 days of getting to that point to get there to watch that and be disappointed. So at least we didn't do that.
That would have been. I mean, it would have been for some entertaining content, but I don't think it would be worth it to spend all that money just to go watch that show in particular.
Like, yeah, it would have been a cool vlog, but that would not have been worth the money to go there and experience that.
The WWE Knoxville vlog that's coming up at the end of May would be a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
I don't know how I feel about the format of like a 30-minute drive, just recording a 30-minute drive there, like not even 5 minutes of action, 30-minute drive back. I feel like we need to change the format a little bit, but
yeah, I'll record more of the action and edit down the driving, but
thinking I could always film a vlog. I could always film a vlog and then just send it to you and be like, post this, but
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see where we're at whenever that comes up. I just want to take a minute to rant about the specifically the Bandito versus Chris Jericho match.
Yeah,
Which,
I knew we were waiting to talk about that one.
which Beanie was watching it with us for a little bit, and he got to witness my initial rant. I wish I could record the initial rant. The initial rant I went on was even funnier, even longer, even stronger. What I just went on.
Yeah, it was good.
Is it crazy to say that the show that we went to was like a top 10 AEW show ever, like combined in pay-per-view and TV?
Out of all the AEW matches that we have ever sat down here and watched on a Wednesday night or Sunday night, because sometimes we watch the Dynasties, that was, I think, still the best one we've seen.
And how many of those has Jamie Hayter been on other than one we went and saw?
0. But I don't think that has anything to do
0.
with it. I mean,
I
well,
mean,
it has a good bit to do with it,
two
but
things to do with it. It has two things to do with it, but
yeah, but just as far as like the quality of the matches go, I still think that Knoxville match that we went and saw is still the best AEW match I've seen. It might be, like top 5 AEW matches ever.
which match are you talking about?
The one we were at, Knoxville.
We were at multiple matches.
Okay,
There were multiple matches.
that entire Dynamite, I feel like, was like
Show, yeah.
top 5 Dynamites.
One of my like biggest pet peeves that's probably irrational is when people call it a wrestling match. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to see a wrestling match. There's multiple matches at a show,
Yeah.
Can you imagine like going down saying, yeah, I'm gonna watch a wrestling. I'm gonna go to Knoxville and watch a wrestling match. You sit down, you watch literally one match, and they're like, okay, show's over.
Yeah, that
Imagine they just trot out Jamie Hayter. They just trot out Julie Hart, Jamie Hayter. Here's your match. Go home.
Pay for that. I pay $100 to see that.
Just that one match.
Dude, I'd pay him personally.
I really hope that women's tournament ends up being Megan Bayne versus Jamie Hayter.
That would be tight.
I'm pretty sure the first round was Jamie Hayter versus Billy Starks.
Yeah.
Moderate shout out Billy Starks. I can't tell half the time if you're 40 or 20. I'm gonna find out she's like 20, 21. She's from Louisville, Kentucky, which is my home state.
God, you
So
shot your shot.
moderate shout out. No offense, Billy Starks at all. No offense, me at all. I'm just saying.
Look, I'm gonna say full
You
offense,
look middle aged,
Billy Starks,
and you look like a middle aged mom and a college sophomore all at the same time.
Billy Starks, I don't know how you do it, but somehow, the only time on Earth you look moderately attractive is on AEW. I don't know if it's something with the cameras there, or the lighting, or maybe the makeup people there are just better than you. Somehow
Might be the most.
Somehow they make you look okay out there. You're ugly. Alright, I've seen your Instagram. You're ugly.
She might be the most attractive ugly person ever.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm not exactly a looker myself, but
yes,
come on.
You're a 10 out of 10, Landy.
Oh, Tommy boy, stop it. You're flattering me. You're gonna make me blush.
Anyway,
I just wanted to rant about the AEW show for a while.
Yeah, totally
valid. I wouldn't have any problem with it at all. I wouldn't be griping and complaining, saying a negative word about it. If you would have just let Megan Bayne win. I'm not even saying that because that's my wrestling crush. I'm saying because you've booked her up to be monster heel. Had her dominate the entire match. Just for the last 2 or 3 minutes to be like, screw you. We fooled you. Megan loses.
Also, I feel like Tony
It was a show.
Tony Storm needs to change up the shtick a little bit. The timeless old person thing. I feel like it's running its course, and it's almost at the end. And it's time to get in something a little different.
I mean, like, it's a really cool character. Don't get me wrong, I love the character. I just think it's getting old, and it's time to pass the belt off to somebody else and let Tony reinvent herself again.
Yeah.
I mean, that show ruined my weekend, honestly. I had to watch. No, you know what really ruined my weekend? I was watching NASCAR at Darlington.
Mm-hmm.
I had to watch Denny Hamlin win at Darlington, right? Then I had to come in here, watch 6.5 hours of a wrestling show of all time, just to cap my night off with John Moxley winning again. I had to watch John Moxley win and Denny Hamlin win in the same night, or the same day, technically.
Dude, I was eating dinner, watching WWE Raw, January 3rd, 2000. It was Triple H and Stephanie were doing some commentating. They're doing some shit talking to The Rock. The Rock had to fight all three members of DX minus Triple H. They had Kurt Angle versus somebody, I forget who. I don't know, some other people out there. It was a pretty cool match. I was really enjoying watching that. But I cut it short so that I could come out here and watch AEW Landy Boy. And that shit was awful.
Yeah, man. Where the best wrestle, though, right?
Yeah.
Where the best wrestle. That was.
Dude, TNA still clears out anything AEW's done.
You know, let's say all men are created equal. But you look at me. Yeah, I'm not going to go through it all again. They don't hear it twice. But
Yeah,
that's.
TNA promos or something else.
TNA was. TNA in the 2000s was something. That's where Shark Boy I mentioned earlier on the Jeopardy wrestle was TNA. Ever heard of Curry Man?
I have, yeah.
I was about to say, I was going to plan on putting that in the next one. If you've heard of Shark Boy, you've definitely heard of Curry Man.
Yeah, I have heard of Curry Man.
That was one of the characters. I think you need to bring that back. That's bound to be uncopyrighted in now.
Copyright is a lot longer than you think.
Why would TNA want to retain the rights to Curry Man?
So, here's the thing about copyright.
Just
Copyright, regardless of death or if you close down your company or whatever, because, TNA's not a thing now, right? Like, it's been gone for a while.
it is.
It is.
Yeah, it is. It's never quit being a thing. It's went through different names, but it's TNA again now.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. Anyways, so TNA, sorry, not TNA, copyright is the life of the artist, and I think I think now it's 2 times the life of the artist plus 75 years.
Oh,
So like,
wow.
so let's say TNA gets to the point where it's been around for 100 years, and then they finally go, that's it, we're closing TNA for good, right? Like the whole thing gets like, not sold to WWE, not sold to AEW, no one gets the rights to it. It's closed down. That's it forever. Then you gotta wait another 175 years for any of that stuff to be public domain.
Wasn't it? I thought you said twice the life of the artist.
Yeah, so if TNA holds the copyright for a character and they're around for 100 years, then you gotta wait 275 years.
You just said it 175. That's.
I said if TNA gets to 100 years old and then says we're closing, you have to wait another 175 years. So that's,
Okay, there we go.
yeah.
I got you. Now I got you. All right. The Curry Man is such a stupid character.
Yeah.
I love it. Now, you got anything else you want to bring up now, Tommy Boy? Any new topics? Cause
Well, actually, I want to continue about copyright for a second. Copyright law is bullshit, dog. So copyright used like at the very very beginning of when copyright was the thing, you used to be able to copyright something for I think 25 years, and then it was public domain no matter what. And then they changed that to like 50 years, and then 75 years, and then 100 years, and then they changed that to just the life of the artist, and then it was like the life of the artist plus 10 years, life of the artist plus 25 years, life of the artist plus 75 years. And I'm pretty sure now it's double the life of the artist plus 75 years.
I thought public domain was after 100 years, no matter what.
It might depend on the type of content, or like what sort of copyright you have on it, but yeah, it lasts for way too long regardless.
I remember seeing something a few years back where it's like Mickey Mouse was going to enter the public domain because he was turning 100 years old. Then Disney's like, we're going to snatch up. I don't know if that's legal or not, but
It wasn't Mickey Mouse. It was Steamboat Willie specifically, the black
okay,
and
yeah,
white
that's
one.
what it was. That's what it was.
And that was, I think that was because at the time Walt Disney had put it out as a solo artist, not under like the Disney company, and so since it was out at that time, it was the 100-year copyright because that's what applied to it at the time and continued to apply to it or something like that. So yeah, Steamboat Willie's public domain, even though
Okay.
Disney is still trying to get that back.
Yeah, Disney's a pretty evil corporation if you think about it.
And Walt Disney would not stand for that if he was around.
I feel like Walt Disney would just be like, yeah, put it in the public domain.
Yeah, like he was kind of a greedy guy. I won't deny that. Any sort of rich people are. But dude, if Steamboat Willie had been around for like 50 years, I don't think Walt Disney would give a single shit if people were making Steamboat Willie whatevers, right? Same with like Mickey Mouse. Like, I bet if you wanted to like if you had a store somewhere and your whole thing was how much you love Disney and you wanted to sell Disney stuff and you only had bootleg Disney stuff, he'd probably give you cheap prices on official Disney stuff just so you could sell it. Like, he's that kind of guy. Yeah, Disney now is like,
That could be it with Dollywood.
you have to pay us $50 for a shirt, but you got to sell it for 20, and you're gonna take the $30 hit.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Also, we get a 98% royalty, so you're gonna sell it for $20, but you have to give us 19.98, so you only get 2 cents, but you're out $30.
Oh, that's yeah, that sounds about right. That's
Also, you have to be gay.
And you cannot be white.
And if you sign a contract saying
Or
you're
man.
going to sell our shirts, you also legally sign over your soul to us. That is actually
And you have to do it for the next.
The Disney Plus terms of service.
It's like if you're a member of Disney Plus or something and you get injured at a Disney park, you can't sue Disney.
Well, you can, and people have, but Disney's lawyers tried specifically to argue that because this one person was signed up for Disney Plus, that they had the legal right to kill that person if they wanted to. They could have, and here's the thing. When you actually looked at like the evidence of like everything that happened in that specific case, it kind of seemed like the guy was at fault for the accident, if I remember correctly. And if they had just went down the totally correct route of arguing that that guy was hurt by his own negligence, there would have been a minimum settlement, or it would have been thrown out, or whatever, right? Like, that guy would not have gotten much if he got anything. But because instead of arguing a totally logical point, they said, well, this guy actually pays for Disney Plus, and if you read the terms and conditions, we have the legal right to murder this guy. And the judge went, no, you don't. Gavel smack, you owe him money.
Yeah, that's typical Disney. Typical Disney. I don't know if I've told this story before, but I always like mention this story anytime I'm bringing up Disney with somebody. In 2015, summer 2015, our family's summer vacation was a week at Disney World, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that part of that week happened to fall on my 10th birthday. On July 14th, 2015, we were right there at Disney World, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what happened at the exact resort we were staying at? Like the same it's the Art of Animation resort. It has a pool attached to it. You want to guess what happened on my birthday at that same exact resort my family was staying at?
Someone died.
A kid drowned in the pool and died.
Nice.
And Disney tried to cover that up.
Well, it's out now, Disney.
mean, like I remember I was just reading about the Art of Animation resort on there one time a few years after we left,
Hmm.
after we I guess visited. It's just it just has it mentioned on there.
Wow. You know, I
Art
was
of
at
Animation resort though.
I was at a Yogi Bear camp one time, and I actually saw a woman drown to death in a pool. Yeah, I still think about that
Here we
sometimes because you got the article.
got the article with the Wikipedia page for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, on the Art of Animation page on Wikipedia. On July 14th, 2015, that was my 10th birthday. A 3-year-old boy found at the bottom of the resort pool after becoming separated from his parents.
I want to know when he was found at the bottom of the pool.
Uh,
Like, was he down there for
I have no
like did
clue.
he just drown and sink to the bottom and someone was like, oh shit, there's a kid down there and pulls him out? Or was that kid sitting down there till the end of the night when they closed and they went to clean the pool and went, oh shit, there's a kid in there?
14. Yeah, because drowning would take quite a while.
Eh, a couple minutes, maybe.
I need 2015, not 2005. Here it is on the Diz. This was written the next day. According to the Orange County Sheriff's Office, a 3-year-old boy from New York drowned in a pool. These art of animation on Tuesday. Was somehow 4 p.m. He's pronounced dead at a local hospital. It doesn't
So,
say what time or how long he was gone, but
well, it says shortly after 8 p.m., so
rip
I would
that kid.
assume the pool was probably closing, and they noticed a little shape in there that wasn't getting out of the pool.
Rip that kid, though.
Yeah, yeah. Real quick, I was gonna say, when I watched that woman drown, right? Well, okay, I didn't see her drown, but I saw some people around her pull her out of the pool. This woman was like, had to be like 400 plus pounds, by the way. She was fat as fuck. Uh, like, dragged her out of the pool, like, up to the edge. And I just remember them, like, trying to revive her, and I don't think it worked. And I was still just chilling in the pool, just like, I was hanging out in there. See, I was like 10 when this happened. I didn't really like grasp the whole situation. And then some firemen showed up, and an ambulance showed up, and they just took her off somewhere. I read later that she died.
Wow. Do you have any idea which Yogi Bear part this was at?
I don't have a fucking clue, dude. I don't know what state this was in. I don't know what town. I don't know where it was.
I think it would be 2013. I want to say me and my family went there in Bowling Green, Kentucky, close to Mammoth Cave. That's one I've been to.
Okay, this would have been in like Illinois, Wisconsin, something like that, probably.
I didn't know there were others around the country until I got down here and saw the one in Sevierville.
Yeah, it's a chain.
I thought that was just a Bowling Green, Kentucky
No,
thing.
it's like those really shitty koa parks.
Mm.
Like those are everywhere, and no one stays in them because they're god awful.
Again, I gotta pee again.
Oh my god,
So,
dude, pee on me, dude.
R. Kelly?
Yeah,
The R. Kelly card?
no Diddy though.
Should I bust out the R. Kelly card?
Bust it out, whip it out. Come on. Anyways, I guess while Andy's doing that, I'm gonna take another toke here because I'm a toker. The fuck was that? I swear I just heard something over there. Maybe not. Toker. Toker. Midnight smoke. I fell I love Johnny Cash, man. Hell of a lot of stuff. Actually, I think I know what I want to talk about on here next. Hey, we got Landy back.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about next, Tommy boy?
I want to read the Bible.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Right? We still got like another hour to kill.
I don't know what part I want to read, though. So I'm just going to look through it. I'll pick something out. Maybe you got something, Landy, that you want me to read?
Let's... We're working with here. I'll give you something to a very dramatic reading of.
Now, as always, I'm reading this from Bible.com. And I'm using the Christian Standard Version.
Okay.
Because I don't like King James.
Give me one moment here.
Complete Jewish Bible? What the hell? I'm not reading that. That's a fake Bible.
Oh, okay.
That's Satan's Bible. I was thinking, you know, I'm a big Old Testament guy. I was thinking something in like Leviticus, but, or like,
You want Leviticus Cornwall?
I was thinking about Mr. Cornwall.
Okay, so we're thinking
Mr.
Old Testament.
Vanderland, I don't know who you are, but you keep robbing me.
Okay, let's see here.
You can also read something from like, you know, I like the Book of Job. You know, pretty cool. Chronicles is nice. I read through a bit of Judges with the Samson part because I really like Samson.
Here we go. Exodus 37.
I was just gonna say I like Exodus
Exodus
too.
Exodus 37. And I'll long.
All right, Exodus 37. Oh, making the ark, hell yeah. All right.
Evan, yeah.
So, Bezalel made the ark of acacia wood, 45 inches long, 27 inches wide, and 27 inches high. That's a really short boat.
Cubits. It's cubits. 2.5 cubits long, a cubit and a half wide, and a cubit and a half high.
Okay, it says inches in this version.
Yeah, the NIV says cubits.
Okay, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna use that one then.
I'm using the New International Version.
Oh wait, I don't know. Where's the American Standard? Alright, you know what? I'm gonna use the American Standard because that's based off the Christian Standard, but it does use cubits. So.
Okay, I'll follow along in the American Standard.
Yeah, I prefer Christian Standard, but I did just realize that they convert cubits to inches, so we'll use the American Standard so it's a little accurate measurement. Or less accurate, but true to the word. As Bezalel made the ark of acacia wood, 2 cubits and a half was the length of it, and a cubit and a half the breadth of it, I guess that's the width, and a cubit and a half the height of it. And he overlaid it with pure gold, within and without, and made a crown of gold to it round about. That does not grammatically make sense. and he cast for it 4 rings of gold, and in the 4 feet thereof even 2 rings on the one side of it, and 2 rings on the other side of it. And he made staves of acacia wood, and he overlaid them with gold. How does this guy have so much gold, dude? And he puts the staves into the rings.
He's a literal prophet of. He's a literal prophet of the Lord. He's gonna, have riches and stuff.
Yeah, okay. And he puts the staves into the ring on the sides of the ark to bear the ark. And he made a mercy seat of pure gold, dude. 2 cubits and a half was the length, and a cubit and a half the breadth there. This is a huge seat. There's so much gold. They made 2 cherubim of gold, Of beaten work he made he them, and 2 ends of the mercy seat. This dude built ends for his seat. There is also made of gold. One cherub at the end and one cherub at the other end, and one piece of the mercy seat. Wait, at the other of one piece with the mercy seat, he made the cherubim and the 2 ends thereof. Old timey grammar or something, man. I have a hard time reading it with my modern brain.
Real quick, I want to say upon reading this, I don't know if this is a sacrilege joke or not. I'm just saying Noah would have loved Pimp My Ride.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, he'd pull him
It's
as an
like,
arc. He would leave with gold rims and a stereo. Dude, he'd be like, hell yeah, this is
like
awesome.
I can just imagine, imagine the opening to the episode. You got, the intro sequence, whatever. Open up, just who knows where he'd be living. But you got exhibit, right? Be like, all right, so Noah, these serve no functional purpose whatsoever. They're gold, so they weigh a lot, and they're gonna wear a vehicle down. But we got you 15 realistic, life-size golden angels as a hood ornament.
Yeah. Did he come in with a Rolls Royce and it would leave with a gold cross on the front instead of the Spirit of Ecstasy?
I just that again that may be a sacrilegious joke for me to make, but just
Dude, I
I
was
hope not.
thinking if Mythbusters was still around, I'd want them to recreate this arc, gold and all, to see if it still floats, because that's a lot of metal.
It's a lot.
Oh, alright, where am I at? Okay, and the cherubim spread out their wings on high, covering the mercy seat with their wings, with their faces one to another. Toward the mercy seat were the faces of the cherubim. And he made the table of acacia wood. 2 cubits was the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. This thing seems like it's gonna be a little wibble wobbly if it's taller than it is wide, but I'm not gonna doubt him. And he overlaid it with pure gold yet again, because this dude's rich, and made thereto a crown of gold round about. And he made unto it a border of hand breadth of a hand breadth. I don't know what that is. Round about. You know what? I'm doing a new international version. I can't fucking read this.
Okay.
Okay. Made the table out of yeah, got that. All right. They also made around it a rim. Uh, okay. I gotta look up what the fuck
Breadth
a hand breadth
and
is.
breadth. I've never seen hand breadth before.
Any of various units of length varying from 2.5 to 4 inches based on the breadth of a hand. Okay. Okay, he's just using the width of his hand as a width measurement for the rim. I got it now. I thought a hand breadth was like a thing, yeah. Okay, so he made it a rim a hand breadth wide, and okay, I could have just kept reading. That would have made more sense. And put a gold molding on the rim. They cast 4 gold rings for the table and fastened them to the 4 corners, where the 4 legs were. The rings were put close to the rim to hold the poles used in carrying the table. The poles for carrying the table were made of acacia wood and were overlaid with gold. And they made from pure gold the articles for the table, its plates and its dishes and bowls and its pitchers for pouring out the drink offerings. They use and so much in this in places it shouldn't be. They use and to start sentences. They use and to end sentences. It's pissing me off because they keep reading and I'm like, what the fuck are we anding?
Oh, okay.
God, sorry. They made the lampstand of pure gold. They hammered out its base and shaft. I'm getting pissed off. I can't even read. And made its flower-like cups, buds, and blossoms of one piece with them. 6 branches extended from the sides of the lampstand. Fucking lampstand, dude. It's such a weird word. 3 on one side and 3 on the other. 3 cups shaped like an almond flower. I didn't know they had almonds in the Middle East. With buds and blossoms were on one branch, 3 on the next branch, and all the same for the 6 branches extending from the lampstand. Couldn't they have just said that it had 3 on every... Anyways. And on the lampstand were 4 cups shaped like almond flowers with buds and blossoms. One bud was under the first pair of branches, extending out from the lampstand. A second bud near the second pair, and a third bud under the third. Yeah, I get it. There's a bud for every pair. 6 branches. Oh my fuck. Yeah, there were 6 branches. I get it. The buds of the branches were all one piece with the lampstand hammered out of pure gold. You said that 3 times already. They made 7 lamps, as well as its wick trimmers and trays of pure gold. They made the lampstand and all of its accessories from 1 talent of pure gold. Again, you've said that so many times. I never thought I'd get this angry at the Bible. They just keep writing the same thing over and over and over and over. It's like, I get it, dog. It's made out of acacia and gold. You made a lamp.
Oh man,
Congratulations.
wait until you get to the point where they're just naming off bloodlines and genealogies and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like this guy was the son of this guy, was the son of this guy, who 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 was the son of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's pages and pages where it's like, this guy fathered this guy, who fathered this guy, who fathered this guy, who knew this guy's cousin, who fathered this guy, who fathered this guy, who fathered this guy, who knew a shopkeeper 15 years ago who fathered this guy, who fathered this guy, who knew this guy, who was directly. It's not really like that, but you know,
Yeah.
it was insane.
They made the altar of incest out of acacia wood.
What?
It doesn't say that. It says incense.
What's that to say?
Okay. They made the altar out of acacia wood. It was a square and cubit. It was square, a cubit long and a cubit wide, and 2 cubits high. That's not square. That's rectangular. Its horns. They probably didn't know what a rectangle was back then. Its horns of one piece with it. It has horns that immediately makes it not a rectangle. They overlaid the top and all. Let me guess. And the horns with. Oh my god, pure gold and made gold molding around it. They made. Let me guess. Gold rings. Oh my god, 2 gold rings below the molding, 2 on each opposing sides. They to hold the poles used to carry it. They made the pieces. They made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold. Stop talking about gold. They also made a second anointing oil and pure fragrance incense, the work of a perfumer. Now that we're through that, I just want to say, almost everything they built to put on this boat is almost as big as the boat itself. Okay, so look, you've got a boat here, right? The boat is right here. It's this big. You start stacking stuff on top of it. Now you've got a boat with this much shit made out of wood and gold piled on top of it. How is that going to get to its destination?
Fantastic question. I did some research here while you were finishing up, just out of curiosity. I looked up how much would Noah's Ark weigh.
Okay.
Search Labs AI Overview estimates it at being 1.2 million kilograms. But a website called The Jewish Link says it would weigh about 43,375,000 pounds.
You know what? I trust those Jews to know exactly how much gold was on that boat. Down to the gram. They probably sold it to him.
Well, he was Jewish, if you think about it, but okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. The gold was promised to him 6,000 years ago.
Again, I don't know whether I should laugh or not at any of these.
You should. Oh no, you got the good cop aesthetic. You can't do that.
I do indeed have the good cop aesthetic.
Alright, you know what? Now that we got painfully through that verse, I'm just gonna pick one at random and hope it's better than that and isn't so fucking hard to read. And I'm also gonna read it in Christian Standard because I much prefer the grammar.
You didn't enjoy the story of the construction of the ark?
I liked it, but I would have liked if I could have read it better. So I'm just gonna scroll at random and get that one. What are we looking at here? Oh, alright, it didn't pick one. Alright. Fuck, why is it not? Dude, do the thing, phone. It doesn't even want to pull up the menu now. Come on, dog.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright,
I'll pick one at random for you.
I got it. It's working. I'm just going to scroll and scroll, and I'm just going to go to that one. And we got 2 Corinthians 7.
2 Corinthians 7. Let me find that. 2 Corinthians 7. All right.
And you're going back to the Christian Standard Bible. Because I want to read this like a normal book. Alright. So then, dear friends, since we have these promises, let us cleanse ourselves from every impurity of the flesh and spirit, bringing holiness to completion in the fear of God. Joy and repentance. Make room for us in your hearts. We have wronged no one, corrupted no one, taken advantage of no one. I don't say this to condemn you, since I have already said that you are in our hearts, to die together and to live together. I am very frank with you. I have great pride in you. I am filled with encouragement. I am overflowing with joy in all our afflictions. This kind of sounds like the show. In fact, we came into Macedonia. We had no rest. Sorry, when we came into Macedonia, we had no rest. Instead, we were troubled in every way. Conflicts on who the outside fears within, but God, who comforts the downcast, comforted us by the arrival of Titus, and not only by his arrival, but also by the comfort he received from you. He told us about your deep longing, your sorrow, and your zeal, for me, so that I rejoiced even more. For even if I grieved you with my letter, I don't regret it, and if I regretted it, something there that it's not telling me. Since I saw that the letter grieved you, yet only for a while, some blanked out word, I now rejoice, not because you were grieved, but because your grief led you to repentance. For you were grieved as God willed, so that you didn't experience any loss from us. For godly grief produces a repentance that leads to salvation without regret, but worldly grief produces death. For consider how diligence, this very thing, blank, this grieving as God wills, blank, has produced in you. I don't know what these blanks are supposed to be. It's a hashtag, a hyphen, and another hashtag. I don't know if that's supposed to be something. Maybe you're looking at a different version. Is there words there?
No, I don't see words either.
Okay. Yeah,
Let me.
God wills, blank, has produced in you. What is desire to clear yourself? What indignation? What fear? What deep longing? What zeal? What justice? In every way you showed yourselves to be pure in this matter. So even though I wrote to you, it was not because of the one who did wrong, or because you were the one who was wronged, but in order that your devotion to us might be made plain to you in the sight of God. For this reason we have been comforted. In addition to our own comfort, we rejoice even more over the joy Titus had, because his spirit was refreshed by all of you. For I have made any boast about you, I have not been disappointed, but I have spoken everything to you in truth. So our boasting to Titus has also turned out to be the truth, and his affection towards you is even greater, as he remembers the obedience of all of you, and how you received him with fear and trembling. I rejoice that I have complete confidence in you. That was pretty good. Do you want to pick another one? Should we just keep reading the Bible for an hour?
I mean, if you want to.
Yeah, fuck it, might as well.
Hey, we're gonna go at random here. We're gonna go Book of Micah, chapter 3.
Alright. Do you feel like reading
Let's not
any
start
of
realize
these,
how.
or am I our Bible narrator?
I mean, if you want to narrate, you can, but I can if you want me to.
I like narrating, but, if you want to do some, I'll let you do some. It's up to you.
It's your choice, Tommy boy.
Alright, I'll keep reading. Just because eventually, in like 5 years, I want this to be a segment. Just an ongoing segment, just Thomas's Bible hour, or whatever. Just randomly, when we don't have
Right.
anything for the last hour, we'll just pick Bible verses and read them. Alright, Micah 3.
Right.
Unjust leaders judged. Then I said, Now listen, leaders of Jacob, as your rulers of the house of Israel. Aren't you supposed to know what is just? You hate good and love evil. You tear off people's skin and strip flesh from their bones. You eat the flesh of my people after you strip their skin from them and break their bones. You chop them up like flesh for your cooking pot, like meat in a cauldron. Then they will cry out to the Lord, but he will not answer them. He will hide his face from them at that time because of the crimes they have committed. This is what the Lord says concerning the prophets, who lead my people astray, who proclaim peace when they have food and to sink their teeth into, but declare war against the ones who have nothing in their mouths. Therefore it will be night for you without visions. It will grow dark for you without divination. The sun will set on these prophets, and the daylight will turn black over them. Then the seers will be ashamed, and the diviners disappointed. They will all cover their mouths, because there will be no answer from God. As for me, however, I am filled with power, by the Spirit of the Lord, with justice and courage, to proclaim to Jacob his rebellion, and to Israel his sin. Listen to this, leaders of the house of Jacob. Your rulers are the house of Israel, who abhor justice, who pervert everything that is right. Yo, dog, you ain't supposed. You're trying to be the good guys here. Don't say that. Don't say that's what you do. Who build Zion with bloodshed and Jerusalem with injustice. They sure fucking do. Her leaders issue rulings for. Yeah, they do. Her priests. Yeah. Dude, Israel's talking shit about themselves right now. Shit. You know what? I'm down with that. Who build Zion with bloodshed and Jerusalem with injustice. The leaders issue rulings for a bribe. Her priests teach for payment, and her prophets practice divination for silver. Yet they lean on the Lord, saying, "Isn't the Lord among us? No disaster will overtake us. Therefore, because of you, Zion will be plowed like a field. Hell yeah, Jerusalem will become ruins. I hope so. And the temple mountain will be a high thicket." Dude, that's a good one. I like when they talk about Israel like not existing anymore, because I just hope that happens.
Oh, that was a complete coincidence. That's
You know what we call that?
oops.
A divine intervention from God. Thank you.
I feel like you and I have
Lord.
very different views
Yeah, you
on
like them for
some
some
things. Tell me boy.
godforsaken reason. Or it's right
That's
here, dog. It's in the Bible. God, all right. You know what?
we go to the book of Ezra, chapter. Let's think here. Let's go to the book of Ezra, chapter 8.
All right. Those
This
returning
is
with Ezra. Hopefully not Ezra Miller. Big anti shout out Ezra Miller. That one guy that played the Flash that time. And gave drugs to a 12-year-old that he was harboring in his home. Uh, yeah. These are the family heads and the genealogical records of those who returned with me from Babylon during the reign of King uh, Artaxerxes. That's what I'm going to say. I don't know if it's
Oh,
right.
so this is mainly just going to be like, yeah, half of this book is just the genealogy. Like you can scroll down to see it's just like
I see
descendants,
it.
descendants,
I see
descendants,
it,
descendants,
yeah.
descendants.
This is the one you were talking about. I had a feeling you were going to pick this one. Yeah, King Artaxerxes. That's what I'll call him. Gershom from Phineas's descendants. Daniel from. I don't want to read this. All right. Can we pick a better one? This is literally all
All right,
about.
let's
Okay,
go.
hold on. Okay. I got past the names. I'll read the actual verse. I'm just not gonna name everyone that was there with them. If you guys want to read that, you can read that. It's literally just this is that, this is that, this is that, this is that. It like 80 times. I gathered them at the river that flows to Ahava, and we camped there for 3 days. I searched among the people and priests, but found no Levites. Levites? How do you? What do you think it is? Levites, Levites?
Levites, maybe.
Yeah, Levites could be. I'm gonna say Levites, but found no Levites there. Then I summoned their leader, fuck's sake. Elazar, Ariel, Shemayama, Elanthan, Jareb, El Nathan, Nathan. Okay, we got Spanish Nathan and Nathan, and Zachariah and uh, Me, Me, uh, Meshalam, as well as the teachers Joyarib and Elnathan. I sent them to Iddo, the leader of Cassiopeia, sure, with a message for him and his brothers at the temple servants at Cassiopeia. They that they should bring us our ministers for the house of God, since the gracious hand of God was on us. They brought Sherebiah, some blank word, man of insight from the descendants of Mali, and the descendants of Levi, son of Israel, something, along with his sons and brothers, 18 men, plus Hashabiah, along with Josiah, from the descendants of Merari and his brothers and their sons, 20 men. There were also 220 of the temple servants. I really hope they don't have a ledger of all their names, who had been appointed by David, and all the leaders that worked for the Levites. All their all all were identified by name. Please don't tell me their names. Please, Ezra, I'm begging you. I proclaimed a fast by the Ahava River, so that we might humble ourselves before God and ask for a safe journey before us. Our descendants, and all our possessions. I did this because I was ashamed to ask the king for infantry and the cavalry to protect us from his enemies during the journey, since we had told him, the hand of God is gracious to all who seek him, but his fierce anger is against all who abandon him. So we fasted and pleaded with our God about this, and he was receptive to our prayer. I selected 12 of the leading priests along with Sherebiah, Hashabiah, and 10 of their brothers. I weighed out to them the silver, the gold, and the articles, some blank word, the contribution for the house of our God, that is the king, his counselors, his leaders, and all Israelites who were present and had offered. I weighed out to them 24 tons of silver articles weighing about 7,500 pounds, 7,500 pounds worth of gold, 20 gold bowls worth of about 1,000 gold coins, and 2 articles of fine gleaming bronze as valuable as gold. Where did they find all this? Damn. Then I said to them, you are holy to the Lord, and the articles are holy, and the silver and the gold are a freewill offering to the Lord God of your ancestors. Guard them carefully until you weigh them out in the chambers of the Lord's house before the leading priests, Levites, and the heads of the Israelite families in Jerusalem. So the priests and the Levites took charge of the silver, the gold, and the articles that had been weighed out to bring them to the house of our God in Jerusalem. Arrival in Jerusalem. We set out from the Ahava River on the 12th day of the first month to go to Jerusalem. We were strengthened by our God, and he kept us from the grasp of the enemy and from ambush along the way. So we arrived at Jerusalem and rested there for 3 days. On the 4th day, the silver and the gold and the articles were weighed out in the house of our God, into the care of the priest, Meremoth, son of Uriah. Eleazar, son of Phinehas, was with him. The Levites, Jozabad, son of Jeshua, and Noadiah, son of Benui, were also were also with them. Everything was verified by number and weight, and the total weight was recorded at that time. The exiles who had returned from captivity offered burnt offerings to the God of Israel, 12 bulls for all Israel, only 12, 96 rams, and 77 lambs, along with 12 male goats as a sin offering. All this was a burnt offering for the Lord. They also delivered the king's edicts to the royal satraps and governments of the region west of the Euphrates, so that they would support the people in the house of God. Alright, that was certainly a verse.
Yeah, it was multiple verses. That's a book.
Oh, okay. Just gonna pick one at random here, see what we get.
And before you start that, I gotta take my third and hopefully final unqualified pee break. This water is running through me, Tommy boy.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be going with Mr. Hosea for number 9. Number 15. Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want on your Burger King burger is somebody else's foot fungus. But as it turns out, it just might be what you get.
Whose house?
Swerve's house.
Whose house?
Strickland's home.
I love you, Strickland!
Let's go, swerving.
Swerve when I drive. Roll by, yet I swerve when I drive.
Alright. The one I got was Hosea, number 9. Also, while you were gone, I said the Burger King foot lettuce thing. I think it was funny. I'm gonna make that into a short if I remember.
Okay.
Number 15. Alright. The coming exile. Israel, do not rejoice jubilantly as the nations do, for you have acted promiscuously, leaving your God. You love the wages of a prostitute, on every grain threshing floor. Threshing floor and wine vat will not sustain them, and new wine will fail them. And the new wine will fail them. They will not stay in the land of the Lord. Instead, Ephraim will return to Egypt, and they will eat unclean food in Assyria. They will not pour out their wine offerings to the Lord, and their sacrifices will not please him. Their food will be like the bread of mourners. All who eat it will become defiled, for their bread will be for their appetites alone. It will not enter the house of the Lord. What we do on a festival day, on the day of the Lord's feast, for even if they flee from devastation, Egypt will gather them, and Memphis will bury them. Memphis? What's Tennessee doing over there?
Wait a...
Grizzlies?
You know what's really weird? When it's talking about Egypt and Memphis, you know what's funny?
In Memphis...
There's a giant pyramid in Memphis.
Yeah, there's a Bass Pro Shop. Yo, that's...
Never knew that.
Someone who actually reads the Bible definitely knew about this way before we did, and that's why it's there. We're not the first people to figure this out.
It started off as a basketball arena, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Someone knew that there was a Memphis in the Bible, and it was like, yo, they mentioned Egypt, too. Let's put a fucking pyramid here, dog. Yeah, and Memphis will bury them. Thistles will take possession of their precious silver. Thorns will invade their tents. The day of punishment has come. The day of retribution have come. Let Israel recognize it. The prophet is a fool, and the inspired man is insane because of the magnitude of your inequity and hostility. Ephraim's watchman is with my God, yet the prophet encounters a bird trap on all his pathways. Hostility is in the house of his God, and they have deeply corrupted themselves as the days in Gibeah. He will remember their iniquity. He will punish their sins. Ephraim bereaved of offspring. I discovered Israel like grapes in the wilderness. I saw your ancestors like the first fruit of the fig tree in its first season. Then they went to Baal Peor. It was Baal Peor. I don't know. Consecrated themselves to shame and became abhorrent, like the things they loved. Ephraim's glory will fly away like a bird. No birth, no pregnancy, no conception. Even if they raise a child, I will bereave them of each one. Yes, woe to them when I depart from them. I have seen Ephraim like Tyre, planted in a meadow, so a frame will bring out his children to the executioner. Give them, Lord. What should you give? Give them a womb that miscarries, and breasts that are dry. This dude is a savage. And all their evil appears at Gilgal, for there I began to hate them. I will drive them from my house because of their evil, wicked actions. I will no longer love them. All their leaders are rebellious. Ephraim is struck down, their roots are withered, they cannot bear fruit, and even if they bear children, I will kill the precious offspring of their wombs. My God will reject them, because they have not listened to him. They will become wanderers among nations. Dude, that's fucking evil, man.
You trying to switch to a more positive note and get into something lighthearted? Because we only got like 10 minutes left.
There's like 30, but yeah.
There's 30?
At least 25.
The call started at 6:50. We started recording at like 6:55.
Oh, okay. I thought we started at 7 like normal. Yeah, okay. Well, we got at least 10, 15 minutes.
So, let me see if I can... I'm going to find us a little something to do together, Tommy boy.
I mean, we can
it's not a tier list.
8 times?
I mean... see here. I'm gonna find something to do real quick.
Okay. Well, what do you think?
If I can get this site to actually load something, I will do it immediately.
Okay.
Here we go.
What it could be.
You like Brock Lesnar, right, Tommy boy?
I love Brock Lesnar.
So we're gonna see. Can you name the WWE pay-per-view opponents? Edward Lesnar. There's 107. From 2002 to 2023. I assume it's his most recent match.
So
I think we'll get the obvious ones out of the way, like, you know, John Cena, who faced on pay-per-view 6 times, Randy Orton.
So we have to name wrestlers that he's fought
at a pay-per-view, not like on Raw, SmackDown, whatever, but like just on pay-per-view.
Right. Austin Theory.
Right.
AJ Styles.
Shelton Benjamin. Styles. Logan Paul was also in that match. No, he wasn't. Never mind.
No,
Ambrose.
Jericho?
Reigns. Yeah, Jericho's up there. No, he's not. Never mind.
CM Punk, maybe.
Yeah, Punk.
You got Roman.
Let's see. No, Batista.
Man, maybe R-Truth. He might be up there.
He's no.
No.
Mustafa Ali, Money in the Bank. I think Ricochet was in that match. I think. True Gauntlet would have been in that match. He was. I think 20. Who would have been Money in the Bank in 2019? Nakamura. Rollins.
Who's the other guy in Shield?
We've already got all 3 Shield members named. 22 with Big E. Bobby Lashley. Obviously, he faced Bobby Lashley a lot. Yeah. WrestleMania 39, he was Omos.
Man, has he fought either of the Usos?
I highly doubt he's fought the Usos.
Okay, I don't know if their timelines cross over. It's before my time.
Well, the Usos have been around since like the early 2010s. They were never main eventers.
Okay.
Crown Jewel
Rhodes.
2019.
Cody Rhodes. Or like Goldust or Stardust, if that's gonna be on there.
Last. Cain Velasquez. That random time he fought a UFC fighter at a pay-per-view event. Series. Jinder Mahal. Nope, not Jinder Mahal. Huh. Who did he wrestle at Survivor Series 2019? Would have been big in 2019.
Samoa Joe on there.
Samoa Joe would have been on there. He's down here. No. Oh, there he is. Great Balls of Fire 2017. That was a real pay-per-view name. Great Balls of Fire.
Maybe Big Show.
Who was it at WrestleMania 33?
Has he fought Kane? I don't know if this
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Goldberg.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever had. Yeah, he never had one against Stone Cold.
The Rock?
I would have made him in. I've already tried The Rock.
Oh.
Like, I'm trying, like, who was the last one in Elimination Chamber 2022? It was him, AJ, Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley.
Oh man, there's a guy.
Daniel Bryan's in there.
I'm trying to think of his name. He's kind of like LA Knight.
No. Edge. I don't think Christian was one of them. No. Oh, Chris Benoit.
Yeah, we try that.
Eddie Guerrero. I mean, they were both on there.
Oh, okay. I think, alright, like Undertaker, Edge, The Rock, Triple H. I'm trying to think people from around that time. Kurt Angle was on there.
Right.
I doubt Rob Van Dam would be on there.
Rob. Gee, I can't. Rob Van Dam, yeah, it's on there.
Oh, wow.
Maybe JBL. In that case, Ron Simmons is probably. No. No.
Has he ever fought Steiner? I feel like that'd be a really good fight. Steiner was a massive man at the time. Physically. You know.
No, Steiner.
Andre?
Great Khali. Andre the Giant died in 1993.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know.
He died.
I thought he
Tommy
died
boy,
in, like,
that's insensitive.
I knew he died. I didn't think it was that early.
He was a massive human being. He must have been in pain.
Yeah.
Would that be? It's not. I don't think it's Miz. It would never be Miz.
Ms. Dow? Whatever his last name is.
No.
His real name is.
No, this is after Miz Dow.
Yeah, whatever that guy's name is.
I don't think he ever fought Brock Lesnar at all. I don't think he ever came in contact with him on screen.
I don't think
2019.
I don't think Paul Heyman would be on there.
But he didn't wrestle.
Yeah, but you know, it'd be funny if he was.
Money in the Bank 2019. That feels like such a long time ago. Iggy wasn't in it. Kofi Kingston wasn't in it. 2019 was kind of like the.
Finn Balor. I don't know, just random guess.
Yeah, Finn Balor was in that match. Finn Balor. Did he ever wrestle Damian Priest? No.
Moxley?
Moxley is Dean Ambrose. And he's already on there, I think. Did I get Dean Ambrose? Yeah, I did. Who was that Chamber in 2022?
trying to think who'd be between Shelton and Angle.
There's Charlie. I forgot about Charlie Haas existing. Insurrection 2002. Man, that's such a Booker T. Maybe no.
Jeff Hardy?
Yeah, Jeff. I did not expect to see Jeff Hardy in there.
And on that note, Matt Hardy?
If I just typed in Hardy, that would took both of them.
Oh, okay.
So so I put in like the last name. It took both of them.
Oh, there's quite a few of them. Okay.
King of the Ring, 2020. King of the Ring 2002. Yeah, first round. Test. I'm a genius, Tommy boy.
Yeah.
I'm a genius. 6 more to get with 2 minutes to go, and they're 2019, 2019, 2022, 04, and 03. I mean, no matter what, we did real good. We did insane. In the Bank 2019. I'm going to end up seeing those last 2 names. I'm going to feel stupid. Because Money in the Bank is usually one of my favorite shows of the year. This is where like I stopped watching regularly and only watched casually. So.
We got, Kevin Owens?
I think we already put Kevin Owens earlier, maybe. Yeah, there he is. Oh, Sami Zayn was one of them, yeah. 2019, that's after Kalisto, I think, yeah. Who was in WWE in 2019? Any other guesses?
No.
Wait a minute. Baron Corbin would have been in that match. Who else? Nakamura, no.
Andrade? Yeah.
How did you and me get that at the same time?
I don't know.
Hey, we got 103 out of 107. At 96%.
Wow.
I mean, that's certainly well above average.
Yeah.
I missed Hardcore Holly and Hardcore Holly. And Matt Riddle. Bray Wyatt. We got Bray Wyatt, but oh well.
Not bad.
Oh. We still have about 4 or 5 minutes to kill, don't we?
Yeah, maybe 5. If you want to make it typical length.
Let me check my Google Docs, see what I'm working with.
We could give him an extra 20 minutes for the 20 minutes we cut off the last one.
Do you think they care?
I think we owe it to him.
I'm running out of steam for the show already.
I feel like I'm at like medium capacity right now. I could easily go another 20 minutes.
I don't think I could, man. I don't think I have enough content or material for 20 more minutes.
On Brock Lesnar's penis?
At least 2.
I think 7.
I got a question for you. Do you think there's more doors or more wheels in the world?
So, it has to be...
What's your answer?
Well, alright, that is a really complicated question, because, like, alright, you got, like this RV has 1 door, but it has 4 wheels, alright? But then you got like my house, right? My house has 3 doors. My other house has 4, 7 doors. The one, the other one next to that one has 3. You know, so like that averages out a lot. Most cars have 4, some have 5, some have 3, some have 2. Motorcycles don't have any. You know, but then you got like semi trucks. Those are 2 doors, but they got 18 wheels. You know, because they got the trailers and like those got wheels on them too. Uh, you know, but then you got like cruise ships. Like, do you know how many doors are on a cruise ship or in a hotel, like a massive hotel or like a conference center or like,
but think about this.
hold on, I'm not
You
done.
know,
I ain't done. But here's the thing. Then you got bicycles, you got motorcycles, you got ATVs, you got every kind of off-road vehicle that don't got doors but it's got tires. Then you got Lego cars, you got Hot Wheels. You got things that that aren't actual like vehicles, but they got tires on them. All right. There's also like forklifts. Those got tires on them. There's like you got like battle bots. You ever seen battle bots? Some of those things got wheels on them.
yeah.
That adds to the wheel count. This is an impossible statistic really to ever like come to a complete factual conclusion on, but I think it has to be wheels.
I was gonna say, like, think about like drawers and stuff. You know what drawers sit on a track? Wheels.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're using a pulley, that's technically a wheel if you think about it. If you're, I mean, are gears technically considered wheels because they're spinning and they're?
I think that's a gear.
They're in the shape of a wheel and they can roll like a wheel.
It's a gear though. It's a different purpose.
I think it's very clearly, easily wheels. Gotta be wheels.
Yeah, it's gotta be wheels.
I mean, it's like this RV I'm sitting on. We have technically like, are we counting cabinet as doors?
Oh yeah. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
So
6,
1,
7, 8, 9, 10,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
15,
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we
21.
technically have
I also
21. We have we have front door, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. We have 28.
Okay, technically
We have
I have
1,
23
2,
if I count
3,
the
4.
doors.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4 cabinets running overhead.
There's also got a bathroom.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 over
Hold on.
there. 8, 9, 10,
Correct me if I'm
11,
wrong.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Aren't you sitting inside of a pop-out right now?
It's pulled in.
But it moves. What does it move on, Landon?
It does. It wheels. And I mean, I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah. You know what else is pretty clear? 9/11 was an inside job.
Are you gonna have your conspiracy plan for episode 36?
Dude, I honestly, I've kind of given up on that.
Okay, so I can probably go to my my go-to outro, the outro I've been sitting on for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
Or should I save that for a better episode?
definitely save that for a better one because there will eventually be a conspiracy episode. I'll eventually get around to the point of like actually writing one.
Okay.
Just I said I wanted to do it every like 20 episodes, and we got to 20. I'm like, well, I haven't really wrote it yet. We got to like 25, and I was like, I kind of started writing it, and I haven't talked about it since because I haven't. No, I haven't. I just haven't done it.
You think you got a good enough quantity of entertainment provided?
I suppose so. Yeah. Kind of feeling the running out of steam after we got that out.
Yeah. So do you wanna say anything to our lovely listeners?
Yeah.
Shout out Boat, shout out Larry, shout out Christy, shout out Tajika. Hold on. No. Hold on. I'm talking about shout outs.
Oh.
Shout out Boat, shout out Larry, shout out Christy, shout out Tajikistan, shout out KFC, shout out KFC Australian Girl, shout out Gabby O'Rourke, shout out Kai Trump. Any of those last two can hit me up. Any of those last three can hit me up, actually. Shout out Chicken Burger, shout out Tajikistan again, shout out Buskashi, shout out Water, shout out Moo Juice. Do you have any shout outs, Tommy Boy?
Shout out
and Megan
Jamie
Bain.
Hader. Shout out Jamie Hader. Also, shout out Jamie Hader. I want to give another shout out to Jamie Hader. I do want to shout out to Jeek Stan, because I love Jeek Stan and Buskashi and Chicken Burger. That being said, now I'll let you do it.
That being said, shout out to Jamie Hader one more time. All that being said, though, remember to use your signal. Tip your waiter unless they suck. Also, pick a number.
69.
Oh, interesting. You chose 7.